Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to colleagues around the world. It is my pleasure to know you and to discuss you all. Today's webinar, as you may see from the advert, is South-South Technology Learning for Bamboo Development, Approach, Lessons, and Enablers. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so in this topic, we'll have 10 presentations, excluding the opening remark, and there will be also question and answer session. And in this 10 presentation, you will find like diverse types of issues, contexts, and also geographic coverage. So if I try to briefly introduce the presentations, the first presentation will be Mr. Philip from Philippines. He will introduce, or he will give us his experience of technology transfer from Latin America to Asian countries. And the next presenter will be from FAO. She will present us her experience in South-South and triangular technology transfer approach, which they have been using in Southeast Asia. There is also academician, Professor Zhu, will give us a lecture on transfer options of engineered bamboo technologies. She has experience in China, and they have also projects in Brazil. We are hoping we'll get interesting experience there. Fred Hernandez from USA will also give us his experience in capacity building and its importance for technology transfer. Then we go to Yang Demin. He will give us plantation technology. Why not only on the processing? So we need to know also a bit about the plantation, and he'll give us a good perspective of the plantation technology issues. And then we move to a businessman, Dr. Kojo Charles from Uganda, will give us his experience and his lesson and how technology transfer helped him to build his business throughout the value chain. Then there is another presentation from India on vocational training. He gives us how education, especially vocational education, would be helpful for technology transfer. And Michael and Durai will give us INBAR experience on technology transfer, and I'll try to give all those summaries at the last. And there will be a question and answer session, which Lian Shah will chair, and we'll discuss on all those aspects in general, and then we'll conclude the session. So with this, we are going to move to the opening session. Unfortunately, our Director General have got another meeting at this time. So we are going to start by video, video recorded message. I hope it will be audible for everybody. So I'm going to share his speech. Okay. Share files. Sorry for that. Did I share?
Hold on,
Is
please.
it shared?
Hold on, please. Have Ravi go to your faces. Okay? Good.
It's not shared.
Go.
Sorry. Desktop. Pitch.
Distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to deliver the opening statement of this webinar with the title South-South Technology, Learning for Bamboo Development, Approaches, Lessons, and Enablers. South-South technology transfer is an important instrument to boost bamboo-based development within the countries of the Global South. Although bamboo is widely distributed in all tropical and subtropical continents, there exists unequal development in production and processing technologies, presenting substantial opportunities for South-South technological learning. Realizing the full potential of bamboo entails upgrading of production and processing technologies. Without substantial transformation of production methods, the role and returns of bamboo cultivation processing remain minimal and outperformed with other livelihood strategies, a condition that leads to the replacement of bamboo land use and or limited engagement of communities in bamboo-based production and trade. Countries with low levels of production and processing that technology generally have few product lines, often of lower quality, that could not compete in high-end markets. Comparatively, countries which have substantially improved their technology and institutional environment have succeeded in upgrading the quality and the diversity of their products. Therefore, South-South technology transfer and learning becomes fundamental for the developing countries to access adaptable knowledge, know-how, and expertise from other countries in the South. INBAR is the only intergovernmental organization that promotes the use of bamboo for environmentally sustainable development and acts as a technology and knowledge broker for developing countries around the world. With the 50 member states, almost all of which are from the Global South, INBAR is strategically positioned to promote South-South cooperation and technological learning among the member states. INBAR believes that without building the technology and knowledge system of its member states, the desired level of bamboo development cannot be achieved. To this end, INBAR has implemented successful projects with South-South and collective intervention modules, to mention a few of them. One, the post-disaster bamboo house building in Nepal, based on techniques used in Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. Two, the Inter-African Bamboo Livelihood Development implemented through South-South cooperation between China and the African countries. And three, Dutch-China's East African bamboo development, where Chinese and Dutch bamboo expertise were transferred to Ethiopia, Kenya, and Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, the objective of this webinar is to discuss the significance of technology transfer, approaches, and success stories supporting the development of the bamboo sector. The webinar creates opportunities for understanding governance approaches and policy directions that equitably benefit both technology source and recipient countries and institutions. Therefore, this event should be seen as having huge relevance for accelerated development of the sector, as it may address the doubts and concerns around the South-South technology transfer with emphasis on bamboo technologies and practices. By bringing together international expertise, entrepreneurs and practitioners from around the world, this webinar will facilitate the understanding of reliable methods, key factors, actors, and enablers that enhance technology development and thereby enhance the productivity of bamboo for addressing key global challenges. It will also create a platform to further explore possibilities for cross-border information exchange and knowledge sharing, and address the need for developing appropriate and harmonized policy intervention strategies to facilitate and accelerate the transfer of technologies and know-how. In conclusion, I am hoping that issues such as the challenges of technology transfer, conditions for successful technology transfer, modes of technology transfer, policy and market conditions essential for technology development will be thoroughly discussed, and useful recommendations will be forwarded at the end of the event. I wish you all a fruitful and dynamic sharing of opinions so that the objectives of the event are achieved. With that, I declare the webinar is open, and I thank you very much for your attention.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ambassador. With this, we'll directly go to the technical session. The first technical presentation will be made by Mr. Luis Felipe Lopez. He is one of the leading bamboo construction engineers, currently working as head of technology and director of the BAS Innovation Center in Manila, Philippines. Earlier, he has worked as head of product development, innovation, and structural engineer in many other roles. He has tremendous experience in bamboo housing, structural designs and innovation, as well as product development. He has also successful experience of technology development and technology transfer from Latin America to Asian countries, which is going to present it to us today. So the session will be yours, Mr. Philip. Thank you for your time. 15 minutes for you.
Okay. Thank you, Tefera, for this invitation, and thank you everyone for spend some part of your time listening what we have to tell you today. So I'm Luis Felipe Lopez. I am the head of technology at Best Baha'i Foundation in the Philippines. I'm originally from Colombia, but have been living in the Philippines and Asia for more than 10 years. So I will share my presentation right now. So I hope you can see my slides. If you can confirm, I will appreciate.
Yes, I can see from my end.
Okay, thank you very much. So my presentation today is about bamboo technology transfer, bamboo used for construction, especially in social housing, but this could be used for any kind of construction, from housing to other commercial buildings. So I think it's important to remark some important aspects about bamboo. That's why we are all here, because bamboo. But bamboo construction industry is a strong sector in Latin America and more recently in Southeast Asia. There's a long story of construction in the Latin American countries, and there's a few differences between the construction in Asia and the construction in Latin America that I will point today in my presentation. As we all know, bamboo is a very sustainable material for construction. It grows so fast. I mean, there's a species in India that grows up to 1 meter per day. Normally, the average rate of growing of structural grade species 15 centimeters per day. That's the species here in the Philippines that we use is Bambusa plumeana, grows at that rate. In Colombia or in Latin America, they use wild angustifolia that grows at a rate of 20 centimeters per day. Aside of that, you only need to wait 3 years for a pole to be ready and mature to be used in construction. While in wood, that is also a very sustainable material, you need to wait up to 20 years. So the speed of harvesting is quite faster than in wood. And the system that we are using here in the Philippines that I will describe later on in my presentation is up to 60% lower in carbon emissions compared with conventional concrete houses. So this is based in studies that we have been conducted with the University of ETH in Zurich, and it's all published in scientific papers that any of you there, most of them are open source, so you can download it and read it if you want it. There is a long story, especially in the tropical and subtropical areas in the world, by using bamboo as a structural material. So this is not the use of this material don't belong to a specific region in the planet. We have examples in Mesoamerica and Central America, and we have a lot of samples in South America, in Africa, and Ethiopia, and Southeast Asia, especially in Indonesia, Thailand, and the Philippines. So but all these systems has been developed spontaneously. There is no connection, there is no technology transfer. It's just humans and bamboo around. And bamboo is actually a very useful material, very easy to use to harvest. So humans start to use bamboo since the origin of the humanity itself. So we have been using this material for centuries or millennials even. This is a structural material even before all the conventional materials we have around, like concrete, steel, masonry. I think the only equivalent material in terms of the time we have been using is wood and mud, earth. So those are in my opinion, I have no basis to say this, but these are the three most ancient materials that we have been used. However, there was no technology transfer here. Again, this was just vernacular construction with a spontaneous appearance in all the countries where humans and bamboo were sharing the same territory. What we are going to talk today is about this particular technology called bahareque from Latin America, and more specifically from Colombia and the country where I came from. And there is a particular region in Colombia called the Coffee Belt or the Coffee region. And there's hundreds of thousands of houses made with this system there. The picture you're seeing behind the text is a bahareque house, 100 years old, in a town in the coffee region in Colombia. And this is a bamboo house. And I know many of you are asking, where is the bamboo here? But the bamboo is behind those plasters. It's inside those walls. It's a light frame system that uses bamboo as a component, like a stud in the walls. And then there is a covering with flattened bamboo. And then after, at the beginning, using mud. And then later on, when the people of this area has access to cement, they change the mud for cement. So you can see here the picture of the original houses using mud. Some of them actually even use mud inside the walls as an infill. Let me use the pointer. So you can see here the infill with mud, but this was only in the early stages of this construction system there in the 19th century up to the 20th century was used the system, but always keeping the bamboo frames as the main source of structural resistance. There was an evolution of this system. Entire cities and towns were built using this technology in Colombia during the 19th and the 20th century in that region, using bamboo as the main component, of course, combining the bamboo with other materials like wood and even nails that was available at that time in this region. But the system was so prolific, and even three-story buildings were built, like in this picture. Unfortunately, the picture was taken during a demolition in the city of Manizales and the Coffee region. And this is an existing building, 80 years old in the town of Sevilla in the Coffee region also. You can see how beautiful this architecture and durable. We are talking here about houses that last for more than 100, 150 years and still standing in good condition, working, operating in the commercial side in the bottom and the housing side in the top. And many of the architectural heritage of this region is made with this system. But unfortunately, with the arrival of new technologies in the 50s of the last century, the system started to be in no use anymore. And by the end of the 20th century, it was just part of the old systems that were not anymore used in the modern architecture, but also because the system was not included in the building codes in Colombia. However, in 1999, there was a strong earthquake in this region that kills around 2,000 people, and the center was the Coffee region. And you can see here the concrete buildings totally collapsed, but the old bareke houses intact. And even those bareke houses that collapses do bad maintenance or bad condition, the people inside those houses survives because the way of collapsing of these houses is totally different. So the Colombian government decided to research more about the system. You can see here some of the components of the walls. So we have to do an analysis of the structural components, the pathologies of the houses, and you can see here the houses use foundations like a kind of upstand pedestal to elevate the walls, the bamboo frames, some wood components in the horizontal elements, and the render could be even flattened bamboo or small canes or some kind of weavings also made of bamboo. And then you have a plastering made of mud and manure at the beginning and later on replaced by concrete. So here you can see those things. But the Colombian government decided to test the system to see if the system could be included in the building code in Colombia. And then we did first shear wall testings like these walls. I did this test in 2000 in the National University in Medellin in Colombia. And later on, we even test the system in a checking table in Los Andes University in Bogota. This research was coordinated by the professor Juan Correal. So what I show you here is the test of a two-story bamboo house that was tested in Los Andes University, applying the Kobe earthquake. This is almost 7 magnitude earthquake, and this house was almost impossible to destroy. Okay, sorry, I have a problem with my presentation. It's not working. Sorry, I need to close this. The video make it collapse. I will share it. Give me 1 second. So in 2002, Colombia introduced the system in the building code and became the first country ever to have bamboo in their national regulation. So this was a huge achievement for a country that never introduced a new system in their building codes. And I can say that starting in that moment, the technology transfer started because countries, the neighbor countries like Peru and Ecuador, they look into Colombia and they say, okay, there is here a system that use local materials, it's already tested, it's proof that can stand earthquakes, that is our same problem. And then they decide uh, to introduce also the technology in their building code. That was very easy because same language, so all the countries speak Spanish. We use the same kind of terminology, same kind of standards. So the transfer to the technology to these two countries was quite easy. And same is happening around Latin America, Mexico, even Brazil are doing the same thing. But in 2012, the Hilti Foundation, you know, this brand Hilti that makes drills and anchors. They have a foundation and they decide to research in the Philippines to make sustainable social housing, affordable social housing. And they figured out that bamboo was everywhere in the country, so bamboo should be the material. And then here the problem is, how are we going to build these houses to stand typhoons, for example, that is a huge problem in the Philippines, while we don't have that in Latin America or in South America, specifically talking. Then I was contact, so I started to work with them, and I recommend why we don't transfer the Barek technology to the Philippines because it's already standardized, it's a study, and then what we are going to do is adjust the technology to the Philippine context. What that means, it means you need to study the local species to see if the local species is compatible with the technology, or what adjustments you need to do to make able to make this kind of walls. Also, we need to test the walls, and also we need to incorporate the Philippine tradition into the construction because there is also bamboo construction traditions in the Philippines. So we make all of this and we create something that we decide to call cement bamboo frame technology. We don't call it bareke in the Philippines because nobody understands that word. If I go to our community and I say bareke, nobody will understand. So we create this name that just basically define or explain what the technology is. So, okay, 1 second. But we have to do also typhoon tests because this is a country with 20 typhoons every year. And around 5 of those 20 are super typhoons, category 5, more than 250 kilometers per hour. And I had no information actually if this technology could resist typhoon. So we built these 3 houses in a peninsula called Bicol, is where every year one of the big typhoons hit. And then we install a satellite weather station to monitor what happened. Only after 7 months, the 3 houses were hit by super typhoon Ramsun, category 5, and it was straight. You see, the yellow pin here is where the houses are located, and this purple line here was the trajectory of Glenda or Ramsun. So this is the result. This is before, this is after. As you can see, only small damages here in the roof, nothing to consider. The houses survived very well. Unfortunately, the vernacular bamboo house didn't survive. So this is just a demonstration that the material is not the problem. The problem is the technology that you use to attend the disasters around you, the natural disasters around you. So everyone was convinced, and since that, we start the process of establishing the foundation in the Philippines and the training of the local carpenters and the local engineers and the local architects and how to design with this technology. More recently, in 2021, we opened the Base Innovation Center. This is a laboratory and a research center here in Manila where we work with 7 local universities and 7 international universities. From the international, we have ETH Zurich, we have Coventry in the UK, we have Virginia Tech in the US, Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, just to mention some. And then these universities send us students here, so we are constantly testing. We have the equipments, we have the apparatus to do the test. This is our universal testing machine. We have a reaction frame even where we can test walls. And why we're doing all of this? Because even though the technology or the bamboo construction has existing for hundreds of years, I already showed you 100 years old houses that are still standing. The engineering behind only has 20 years. We really start to research bamboo as a structural material in the 90s, end of 90s, beginning of the 2000s. So we are talking about that science only have 20 years old. And you cannot transfer a technology if you don't know a technology. There's a main reason why nobody researched this before, and it's because all the research in terms of materials and structures happen in the north. I'm talking US and Europe, and they don't have bamboo, or they don't have structural systems made of bamboo in those areas. So that's why bamboo was always out of the construction industry, out of the regulations and everything. And the global south, normally we copy the regulations from this country, so we don't have access to any bamboo information because there was nothing. So this is how the houses right now looks in the Philippines. So in the exterior, like in the Colombian old house I showed you, you can't see any bamboo, but inside is another story. Inside you still can enjoy the beautiness and the warm texture and ambience of the bamboo. So the system has been very successful with the communities and with the people. And then we jump to our next destination. This was Nepal. So in 2020, just right before the pandemic, we mobilized one of our engineers in the Philippines to Nepal to work together with Habitat for Humanity, Nepal, and other local organizations to transfer the technology. And here again, we have to play with the local bamboo, with the sizes, with the availability of some materials, and do some adjustments, but keeping the same context, a live frame construction system made of bamboo. And you can see here some samples of the houses. The project now has a momentum. The local people is already trained to build the construction, and we have been completed 400 homes in Nepal. And more recently, just this is totally fresh, just in the oven. These two model houses were built in India, in Gujarat, India, with the INBAR people. This is an organization in India that works with bamboo, and with the support of the Hilti people also. We built these two houses just to test and train the people, and we expect to expand more there. So in total, Base Baha'i, since we started in 2014, have been built more than 1,300 homes in the Philippines, another 400 in Nepal, and 2 in India, but we hope we build more in the coming days. So there is just, I'm going to close my presentation here. This is the map of the regulations for bamboo construction in the world. To be able to build in a country, you need to have the systems included in the building code. Unfortunately, we have only right now 4 countries with regulations, 5 countries, sorry. We have Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, India, and Bangladesh. We are working with the government of the Philippines to introduce the system in the Philippines. Brazil and Mexico are working as well. ISO has regulations for bamboo. ISO bases in Switzerland. That's why Switzerland is here. And many countries that wants to implement construction like this system can use ISO regulations. Just to show you the historical roadmap of our work, we started in Colombia, of course, with the Bareque and Cementado houses. Then we traveled to the Philippines with the creation of Best Baha'i Foundation using a technology that was tested in Latin America, now approved in the Philippines. And now from the Philippines, we transferred the technology to Nepal and to India. So there is something very interesting here. This is a real South-South collaboration. You have a technology from a tropical country, that's Colombia, and you transfer to Southeast Asia that is practically the same environment, same climate, and same culture. So it's very easy, has been very easy for me to explain the Filipinos how this technology works, because we are the same kind of people in terms of the way we live. So that's very clear. And with the support of the Hilti Foundation from Europe, this has been very smooth. We have now 2 new endeavors, one in Fiji and the other one in Sri Lanka, that quickly we are going to start there. So we are not talking here about high tech. This is very low tech construction system, but that provides a lot of help for people that need houses. We know that the gap of housing in the world is tremendous, is huge, and we need to do more houses. But at the same time, we need to be sure that those houses are not highly contaminating or carbon emissions houses. So these houses are 60% lower in carbon emissions. So we provide houses, but at the same time, we're helping the environment. So there is a lot of things to do in Africa and other countries in Latin America and Southeast Asia where we can put more projects like this. So that's my presentation for today. If you want to know more about Base Baha'i, you can follow our website, basebuilds.com, or you can follow us in any website. So thank you very much.
Many thanks, Philip. This was a very interesting presentation. You can see that technologies are transferred all the way from Latin America to Asia. And three important issues I would like to mention from the presentation is there is research. Okay, when we do technology transfer, it's not cut and paste. They do research. They try to check if it is working. They also do adaptation. For example, they have checked it for earthquake in Latin America. When they come to Philippines, they had to check for typhoon, which they did and which is successful. So there is a research, there is adaptation work, and also the choice of technology. Like we shouldn't go for the best or for the high tech. We have to go for the appropriate technology. So they are working on the most appropriate technology. I think these are interesting takeaways from this presentation. I really thank you so much, Philip, for sharing your long years of experience. With that, I move to the next presentation. The next presentation will take us to another sector, of course, but what we want is a lesson we'll get from that practice. So the next presenter will be Kati Shi, or Kaoshi. I think she will read it later correctly, I hope. Sorry for that. So she is working for the FAO. And during this period, she has a lot of experience on South-South and triangular cooperation. She has been engaged in the development of South-South technology transfer strategy development and action plan. She has also worked as a project specialist for IFAD, which is also known for this South-South technology transfer engagements. She has also experience in several other UN organizations. She worked for Asian Development Fund, climate initiatives, and many private sectors. So she has extensive experience in technology transfer, and she will present us South-South North Triangular Cooperation, the experience of FAO. The time is yours, Kati. I think your presentation is with me.
Do you hear me well?
No. Can you repeat? Yes.
Let me do this. Now can you hear me well?
Now it's better. Now it's better.
Okay, let's do like this then.
So,
yeah. So colleagues, friends, I first of all, I really would like to thank Tefra to invite me for this, South-South technology transfer webinar, which is a great pleasure. So let me briefly introduce myself. I am Xi Chao, known as Kathy, currently working as a regional innovative finance specialist in FAO Regional Office for Asia and Pacific, which is situated in Bangkok. Well, I also want to thank the previous presenter who gave us a overview on how bamboo construction can really enhance the livelihood of rural people. But so for today, my presentation, I will be focused more on South-South and triangular cooperation mechanism and the theory of changes behind it. as well, I will share some concrete actions and examples from FAO. Would you move to next, Tefra? Thank you. So to start, please allow me to take a quick review of the definition of South-South and triangular cooperation. So I want to highlight it first that at FAO, we define South-South cooperation as the mutual sharing and exchange of knowledge, experience, technical and financial resources related to agriculture and food system between two or more developing countries. And the second highlight is from this region, Asian Pacific, we observe there's a new trend, which is increased volume of South trade and financial flows, as well as investment across the region and also between different countries in Global South. Can you go to next? Okay, thank you, Tefra. So then with this definition, I want to take you quickly go through about at FAO, how the South-Southern Triangular Cooperation started. We knew globally this terminology, South-South Cooperation, started from 1955 Bandung Conference. So at FAO, we actually started to launch South-South Cooperation Program already back to 1996. Then moving to this century, 2012, FAO issued a new corporate strategy on SSTC, which includes what are the modalities of SSTC and what are the actors involved in South-Southern Triangular Cooperation. I will elaborate it a little bit more later. So moving to now, actually, sorry, there are some voices behind. Yeah. So
No
moving
worries.
to
Go on.
at FAO, we actually have a dedicated division named Office of South-Southern Triangular Cooperation based in Rome that is dealing and handling all the South-South cooperation projects, including, can you go next? Tefra.
Yes. Yeah.
Next, yeah. Oh, this slide, from this slide, you can briefly know at FAO what are the modalities, how we sort of implement South-South cooperation. So, at policy level, we have a number of strategies, including policy dialogues, and the institutional level, we have seminars, workshops. In this type of engagement or intervention, we normally bring government officials, agriculture professionals, academic, and also we focus a lot on youth. So a webinar today studied as an institutional level intervention that will bring different stakeholders here to learn how we leverage South-South technology to foster bamboo and rattan development. Of course, we're not only working with governments and public institutions. At FAO, we value a lot about farmers' organization, indigenous groups, and civic societies. And recently, we are also actively with private sectors. We try to bring the different technologies or expertise from all those, ground level, grassroots level institutions, all times transport to the other countries or the other communities. So Tefra, can we go next? This slide again elaborate at FAO what modalities we use for. So it's a bit similar to what I shared earlier, so I'm not going to repeat. Can we move to next? Yes. Here I wanted to highlight it as in my second slide, I believe. I highlighted at 2020, FAO established a dedicated division to work on South-South and Triangular Cooperation. So a big task of that division is to manage, we call it China FAO South Cooperation Trust Fund. So this fund until now is already 150 million, thanks to the government of China. So the pledge came from the government of China. And by now we already implement over 68 projects by using South-South and Triangular Cooperation modality. Can we go next? So moving from the global context to now our region, Asian Pacific, I want to give a few quick overview of FAO in this region. What are our focus in terms of South-South and Triangular Cooperation? So an essential part of SSTC is partnership, right? I believe all of you agree. So in my office, we emphasize a lot of partnerships and networking. Recent focus is more on how we're using financial partnerships or engaging private sector investment to bring the solutions from one source country to the other. Other mechanisms such as research and knowledge and tech knowledge transfer, that those are more at ground level. We do workshops or capacity building programs. And another highlight is at FAO, we have a web-based portal named South-South Cooperation Gateway. So basically we harvest different solutions, including bamboo solutions, from solution provider. We put the solution in our web-based portal. So whoever is interested in this solution, they can view the solution in website and then through us to get engaged with the solution provider. So I also welcome our previous colleague from BASE to, if you haven't done that, I would be glad to collaborate with you to bring your bamboo construction solutions to our web-based portal and then to disseminate it to wider audience. Of course, all I mentioned here are just sub-activities. So if we want a sustainable transformation or solution, we need to do a project 1 or 2 years so that to sort of integrate this series of activities in a more long-term solution. That's how the trust fund can come in. So this trust fund, we use it to formulate long-term projects so that can make sure the impact can have a long-term, and also make sure an engagement can be long-lasting. Can we move to next? Tefra, can we move to next slide? Thank you. So now, I want to come back to our topic on bamboo. So unfortunately, I am not a bamboo expert, but I can talk about in my office, how we use SSTC to foster forestry management, which can be linked to bamboo. So the first thing maybe come to our mind is why SSTC for bamboo or for forestry? So as my colleague mentioned earlier on, when we find two communities or two countries that have a similar climate context or political context that ensure a solution from one country can be easily adapted to the other country. So that's what we call cost effective. That is a merit from SSTC. Good. Highlight is that we are also, without finance, we can't do anything. So we are actively engaging finance. For instance, in my case, like we try to engage public finance and private finance from China to support technology transfer, to Africa or to other countries in Southeast Asia. And of course, thirdly, through SSTC gave some global South countries like, India, China, or Indonesia, an avenue to show their global governance and also give them strong visibility in the global affairs. So that's the reason why we're using SSTC to host forestry management across global South countries. Can we go to next? Tefra?
Yes.
Now I want to, after all these theories and the strategies, I want to show you some concrete examples at FAO, how we leverage assets, how we implement SSTC towards to benefit to smallholders and the rural communities. So this is a recent capacity building program I did between Iran and China. So we received a request from Iranian government. Actually, it was under the JEF project, of which they are trying to promote sustainable forestry management and also fire prevention, all the system in Iran. So they wanted to come to China to learn. So then I feel engaged with the Chinese national and NFGA, National Forestry and Grassland and Administration. We jointly designed program. We pick up 2 sites that Iranian delegation come to the project site to see how China actually conduct fail prevention. Digital technologies. We established controlling center to monitor all the forestry management. So based on that, then we conduct a workshop to understand, to matchmake the needs from Iranian side, and the provider will offer from China side. With that, we FAO try to matchmake between Iran and China. And then we will formulate a program for long-term support and training. Can we move to next? Tefra.
Yes.
So just now, I gave an example of capacity building. Then the second example I want to give is that how we are leveraging global South finance to support some concrete actions. We know when it comes to forestry, there is a huge gap. The report shows globally there are more than 837 billion finance gap to reach their born challenge, which is to restore 350 million hectare land. So can we move to next? Then from our research or our engagement, we actually find there are so much opportunities, financing opportunities from global South countries. Firstly, we witness a growing financing pledges from global South governments, particularly in our region, Asian Pacific region. We have China, India, Indonesia. Example is China last year launched the Kunming Biodiversity Fund, which is around USD 210 million. Secondly, those countries are actually demonstrating leadership in multilateral environmental agreements. Example, like India's presidency for CMS COP13. And another thing I would like to highlight again is the growing private sector financing. I want just to take China market example. So Science-Based Target Initiative report shows China's growth curve was the steepest, with over 194 increase in the past years in terms of companies who pledged science-based targets. And also we noticed some giant companies like Alipay, Alibaba Group, they are using digital technology to produce some solutions that aim to greening our desertation. So I think my China colleagues will have a better idea of this. I'm not going to go through details due to time limit. So we move to next.
3 minutes. You have 3 minutes, Patty.
Okay, move to next. Now I want to highlight it in terms of mobilizing financing to support SSTC. I wanted to highlight FAO's hand-in-hand initiative. So this is an initiative launched by our Director General in 2019, of which we try to help the participating countries to develop their agri-food system investment proposal. And on the other hand, we matchmake different financiers, such as private IFIs, MDBs, and also capital market and innovative financiers come in to pledge for those investment proposals. And the role of a FAO is a matchmaker, and we also conduct due diligence for some private sectors to make sure their investment in agroforestry are sustainable, are not, in a way damage our Mother Earth. Can we move to next? So some concrete example of this hand-in-hand initiative is that we're conducting a yearly investment forum at global level, which is happened October every year in Rome. And we are also doing at country level. We're partnering with Ministry of Agriculture and other stakeholders to launch national level investment forum. And in many countries, like Bangladesh and Laos, agroforestry are big a topic that attract a lot of attention. So next slide, you will see the resources committed and under the hand-in-hand initiative, and the resources are under negotiation. So with this, I would like to conclude my presentation. I want to just highlight again that if we South-South cooperation is a powerful key to tackling all the development challenges, including agroforestry. So it seeks to build a common agenda of economic integration and solidarity among the countries of Global South. I feel ourselves would be very much glad to partner with all the stakeholders here, including INBAR, including BASE, including the presenters Rattan, to jointly to foster sustainable bamboo industry worldwide. Over. Thank you, Tefra.
Thank you so much, Katie. It was a very impressive presentation. It gives us a good lesson and framework, especially how the South-South cooperation can be framed and how countries could work together. The interesting cases from China, Iran, and other South Asian countries is quite interesting. I think it is also, I noticed that you have also used this collaborative framework for raising funds or for resource mobilization, which is also important for development. And that is indeed a very good illustration. Thank you so much for your time. I know you are not in a good location while you are making the presentation. Still, we appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, the next presentation will be the next presentation is from Professor Zhu. Professor Zhu is an expert in wood and bamboo research. Is a bamboo and wood researcher working in the Research Institute of Wood Industry, Chinese Academy of Forestry. She has experience of over 15 years in that capacity. She has extensive experience in the application of bamboo fiber-based composites. She has also a number of publications in reputable journals. Her academic background or her PhD is in physical chemistry. Today, she is going to share us her research work on processing, utilization, and transfer options for engineered bamboo timber products. Professor, thank you for your time. You have 20 minutes to present your case. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. Can you hear me well?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. I will share my presentation. Oh,
您要请试一下，继续试。
啊，
这是白板吗？不是 PPT 的。我给你看一下，我这儿有 PPT。
对，
我等我给你共享一下。
在你，那从您那儿共享吧。
好的，稍等。
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon. Thank you. And I'm Zhu Rongxian from the Chinese Academy of Forestry. It's a pleasure for me to share some knowledge of bamboo scramble and some experience of the technical transfer from China to Brazil based on the China project. I will report from the following aspect. Yeah, next. Thanks. Yeah, first I will, we know bamboo is a sustainable way for one-time cultivation and sustainable utilization, eco-friendly and widespread material in the world. Bamboo widely spread in most parts of Asia, South America, Latin America, and Africa. So next. We know bamboo scramble was made of bamboo based on the high efficiency processing and utilizing technology. This is the bamboo scramble, and we can use them for some engineering materials. Next. Please. Yes, this is Yes, this is the Professor Yu, is our group, and he is the founder of the technology of bamboo scramble. Next. Yeah, this is the industrial production process of bamboo scramble. After bamboo arrive at the factory, we cut them in lengths, and then splitting and flattening and crushing. And this tool is the core of our patented technology. Then carbonizing and drying and dipping in the resin and then hot pressed, and we can get the final product. Yeah, please. And using the carbon, we calculate the carbon footprint assessment method is the bamboo scramble production process has negative carbon emission, and we can lower the carbon emission in the cost of the production. Yeah, please. Then I will introduce the bamboo scramble properties. And the bamboo scramble has good performance compared with the glass fiber reinforced polymer, especially in stiffness and modulus of compression, we can see is some better than the glass fiber reinforced polymer. Yes, please. And the bending strength of the bamboo scraper is 4 times than that of the hardwood. Please. And the tensile strength is twice than that of hardwood. The compression strength is 3 times than that of the hardwood. We can see if we can, yeah, please. And the shear strength is twice than the hardwood. And the fatigue performance can get to millions, which better than steel and laminated veneer lumber in the same condition. And after the test of water absorbing and different temperatures, the bamboo can show very good dimensional stability. Yeah. And the corrosion resistance grade can get to grade 1. It has a good resistance to corrosion. And the anti-termite have a good index. We can see the is fully resistant to termite. Please. And the 5 proof properties can get to B1. And yes, this is the some utilization of the bamboo scraper. It can act as the wind turbine blade. It is the application in Taihu Park in Jiangsu province. Is in the Shiliutan in the Hubei province. This is all made in bamboo scraper. This is New Beishan Youth Young's Hotel. The structure is made of bamboo. This is the in the Xixi wetland porch arc in Hangzhou city. This is in the Wuxi Grand Theater. Yeah, please. This is used in the villa in Sri Lanka. Yeah. This is a villa in the Martinique. Yeah, in the next, I will introduce the technology transfer from China to Brazil, and we do the project in the. We know the Brazilian government concerns about the future of its natural resource, especially the deduction and the degeneration of forest resource. They have been working working together with other countries to try to find a new solution. And the Chinese government was very interested in helping Brazil with the deforestation issues and also the development of a more organized, renewable forest. So in this project, we do the bamboo timber utilization technology from China to Brazil. And the project duration is from the 2015 to 2018. Yeah, please. Based on the project, we invited 2 Brazilian experts come to China, and we show them how this tool is from Brazil. This is in the China. We show them how a bamboo come into bamboo scraper. This is in the bamboo workshop. This is our flattening and crushing bamboo strip is our technology. Yeah, please. And we show them how the bamboo strip carbonizing. Yeah. The driving process of the bamboo strip. This is dipping in resin solution and then drying. Yeah. Please. Then hot pressing and the quality control. All the process this is the weathering test. This is the application senior of bamboo scraper. Yeah. After that, we communication and discussion with how we use the Brazil bamboo. Yeah, please. So in 2017, the Chinese delegation of for bamboo technical training in Brazil. Yeah, please. We transfer the plantation technology in Brazil. Please. And how harvest the bamboo. Yeah, and some technical training and exchange some idea. And the discussion and the communication with the relevant government officials and the research fellow. And according to the incomplete statistics during the implementation of the project, the media in Brazil published 11 written reports and 5 television reports. This efficiently promoted the introduction and the promotion of the project in Brazil. Is enhancing China's influence in technology assistant abroad. Yeah, this is some report. This is some television report and paper report. Yes, in 2019, the government of Madrid in specifically introduce policy to promote poultry elevation through the development of bamboo industry. Yeah. So we know we can say bamboo connects the world, and we hope for a better future. Yes, please. And this is my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Professor Zhu.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting presentation, quite technical, especially she detailed the different tests they have made on scramblers for different applications. She has shown us the quality results of bamboo relative to other similar products or other similar materials like wood, steel, and interesting result has been reported. And it is also interesting that they have a very good technology transfer engagement with another organization in the Global South, INBAR, from Brazil, and CAF, that is Chinese Academy of Forestry from China, two big organizations working together on bamboo development, which is another interesting case we have learned from her presentations. The various discussions are pretty interesting. Partnership discussions, knowledge sharing, and networking are in fact one of the key instruments for successful technology transfer. Thank you so much again. It was an interesting presentation. Next, we'll directly move to our presenter. The next presenter will be Mr. Fred Hernandez. He is a renowned bamboo development practitioner. He's a writer and also educator. He's working a lot on bamboo plantation development, bamboo biochar production technology, capacity building, and all aspects of the value chain. His topic of presentation for today is capacity building for successful technology transfer to Africa. So the floor is yours. Fred, thank you for your time. Please.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you, Tefera. Thanks for including me here. It's always a pleasure to be among so many great bamboo experts. So the most important part of technology sharing is to share my screen. So let me see if I can do that properly.
Yeah.
There we go. I think that's it there. Just a second. Oops. See if I can make this the full screen. There we go. Does that look right? You see the whole screen there? Does that look good, Tefera?
I can see screen, but is it full screen? I don't.
Okay, great. Thank you. So yeah, my name is Fred Hornaday. I've been working with bamboo for about, I don't know, 17 or 18 years, promoting bamboo and engaged in bamboo education in a variety of different ways. In the last 4 or 5 years, I've been focused more on developing my website and creating content around educating people about bamboo, all different topics of bamboo. So through my website and through my YouTube channel. And it's become clear in the last few years that there's a tremendous interest in this information, and it's difficult to find reliable trustworthy information on these different specific topics related to bamboo. So I've got a few hundred, maybe 400 or 500 different articles about all different aspects of bamboo, utilizing bamboo, growing bamboo, different products, different species, lots of topics related to bamboo. And then I've got about 100 videos, I think, on my YouTube channel. And so there's a great interest in this information. And like I said, it's hard to find a reliable source of information like that on the internet. Like many topics that you research on the internet, it's hard to find the reliable articles and information. So there's been real high interest in that. And so in the last year or so, I've started working with a team, and we've been doing bamboo training workshops. We had our first big workshop in Mozambique in October. We spent about 2 weeks there doing very grassroots type of training courses covering different topics of bamboo, and working directly with growers and farmers and community members there. And it was very successful. And this is something that we're promoting and trying to advance more of these types of workshops to help spread this information and do it in person, in real life, in real time, face to face with people who are interested in working with bamboo for all the many reasons that we're aware of. So this is some of the team that I work with. That's me, Fred. So I started out with a bamboo store in California. I was selling bamboo products of all kinds for about 15 years in my bamboo store. Bamboo cutting boards, bamboo furniture, bamboo clothing, and at the same time educating people about those products, about how bamboo is used, how it's grown, all the many benefits. And then Natalia Rattan is another woman that we work with. She's from Peru. She's based in Germany. She's got a master's degree in forestry, and she specializes in bamboo propagation and species identification, as well as bamboo shoots for edible consumption. That's an area that she's super knowledgeable about and very passionate about sharing her knowledge and experience with bamboo shoot harvesting and preparation. And then Paulino, he's also based in Germany. He's from Mozambique, and he's got experience in bamboo cultivation, bamboo education. He's running a small nursery in Mozambique, and he's in the process of expanding his project down there to cover a much larger area to produce much more bamboo, to create more jobs, and bring all the other benefits of bamboo. So the training workshops that we've started doing, they are, hold on a second. There we go. So these are workshops that deliver a broad range of specialized technical knowledge related to the many numerous aspects of bamboo, working directly to help farmers, producers, and all the various stakeholders to be more successful with their bamboo projects and commercialization of their bamboo. So whether they're planting a farm, starting a plantation, setting up a factory, developing products, there's a lot of different ways that my team and myself can come and share our knowledge and experience to help them to be more effective and more successful. My slides aren't moving. Just one moment. There we go. Sorry. So in Africa specifically, we have about 6 million hectares of bamboo. I think that's according to INBAR statistics. And that's about 1/6 of the global supply of bamboo. And so there's an enormous potential for bamboo use, as I think we all know, in Africa. But at the same time, it's been very underutilized. And that's for a variety of reasons. A lot of it has to do with just the lack of understanding about how bamboo grows and why bamboo is so much different from other trees and plants that farmers are more accustomed to working with. And so that's where our training workshops come into play. And so why do we do these workshops? Because bamboo is increasingly recognized for all of its potential versatility, utility. And at the same time, like I said, it behaves much differently than most trees and plants that people are used to harvesting and cultivating, because as we know, bamboo is a grass. It has lots of different behavior and characteristics that farmers aren't so familiar with. And at the same time, it's also got this reputation as being the poor man's timber. And that's another stigma that we're trying to help people overcome by learning how to work with it better. It's not, I think as someone else pointed out earlier today, it's not the material itself, it's more the technology and how the material is being used and utilized that makes the difference in how effective and how valuable that material is in the end. So helping them to understand the different skills and technologies used to work with bamboo to unlock its potential, so that people can make the best use of it, because it is so widely available, growing in millions of hectares of bamboo across Africa. So some of the different workshops that we do, specializing in different areas, planting and propagation. That's me in a bamboo greenhouse in Thailand there. One of the first things that they need to know if you want to monetize and capitalize on your bamboo is how to start a nursery, how to start a farm. So going into propagation techniques, site selection, where to be planting your bamboo, species selection, of course, is super critical. Determining the right species based on the location, based on the climate, based on the soil type, based on the end use that you desire for your bamboo. And then looking at different ways to intercrop the bamboo, maybe with other cash crops, maybe with other native species in the area, again, depending on what you're trying to achieve with your bamboo planting. And then finally, the harvesting of bamboo, which is an area where there's lots of education and training required to understand the harvesting, how to harvest bamboo sustainably according to a proper schedule, to get the most yield out of the bamboo and to get the highest quality bamboo as you're harvesting it. So that's one important area that our workshops address. Landscape restoration is another really important area where there's been a lot of interest. The benefits of bamboo start very early when you plant bamboo in the ground. We know that it establishes very quickly because of its deep penetrating roots. Well, not especially deep roots, but just very tenacious roots that get into the soil to help bind the soil together to prevent erosion. At the same time, they can break up rocky soil to allow more aeration of the soil, to allow the water to penetrate when rainwater comes. The roots and the leaf litter build up the soil, adding more organic matter into the topsoil, which can be very beneficial. The roots, as they penetrate into the soil, they help draw moisture up, drawing water up from the water table down below, making more water available to other plants in the area. Erosion control, flood mitigation, soil remediation is another great benefit. Bamboo is very well known for drawing toxins out of the soil as it grows. So for example, in old degraded mining areas, which there are many of throughout Africa, bamboo is a great pioneer plant to go plant in those areas where the soil has been really degraded and it's heavily polluted with different chemicals related to the mining industry. Bamboo is excellent to get in there and restore that land and draw those toxic substances out of the soil. And again, incorporating intercropping strategies with these landscape restoration projects, introducing more biodiversity. So we're not just planting, thousands of acres of monocultured bamboo, but including other plants, which could be cash crops or food crops or just other native trees, native plant species to achieve the highest levels of biodiversity in that mix. Other workshop topics that we cover, species identification and selection. This is Natalia here. She's got a real specialization in bamboo species identification. And we visited a few sites in Mozambique, helping some of the farmers and people to identify what species they were working with. There are over 1,500 species of bamboo out there, and it can be extremely difficult to identify one species from another. There's a variety of different ways, techniques that we can use to identify the species. And it's extremely important if you're going to plant, especially a large area of bamboo, you want to make sure that you're growing the right species. There's a lot of different characteristics, whether you're growing it for edible shoots or growing it for biomass, for charcoal, or growing it as a construction material, or any other number of uses. It's very important that you select the right species that makes the most sense for that use and will grow well in your specific conditions, the soil type, the climate type. So those workshops are especially interesting. I find them, very fascinating. Again, because there are so many species, and most bamboo to the average person, bamboo all just looks the same. It's a thin pole with lots of leaves on it, and but yeah, when you get into it, there's of course lots and lots of variation. So really interesting workshops on the species identification. Here's Natalia again. Like I said, she's got a specialization in bamboo shoots. So cultivating bamboo for food, the harvesting is a very delicate process to harvest the right quality shoots, to harvest the shoots without damaging the plant, understanding what species have better tasting and safer shoots to eat, understanding which species to probably avoid because of the bitterness of the bamboo shoots. And so there can be some toxicity in the bamboo shoots, which affects the flavor and the health quality of the shoots. So yeah, from harvesting to preparation to different recipes for producing great bamboo meals. This was one of the more popular workshops when we were in Mozambique. You can see all the locals there gathered around, watching her do a pretty basic stir fry. I think she was doing with these bamboo shoots, and then we mixed it into a salad. And yeah, people were pretty excited about it. They're surrounded by bamboo. It grows very widely, but people in many parts of Africa, they're not so familiar with bamboo as a culinary item, as a food product, and understanding how to harvest it safely and prepare it in a tasty way can be super interesting. Another topic that I specialize in is bamboo charcoal and biochar. Charcoal is extremely important in Africa, and there's tremendous amounts of deforestation related to biochar production, cutting down old growth hardwood trees to make charcoal for cooking and for heating. It's a terrible waste of forestry, and switching to bamboo cultivation for charcoal production can save an enormous amount of trees. Can also become a very good business model for a farmer who wants to preserve his forest and grow another crop that they can make money on. There's a great demand for charcoal. And so helping them understand that process, how it works to actually produce the charcoal from bamboo, how to grow the bamboo, how to turn it into a business, can be a very interesting topic. And then at the same time, biochar, which is very similar to charcoal, but the biochar is used more as a soil additive to help regenerate the soil, to help build up organic content in the soil, reducing the need for fertilizers, which are becoming more and more expensive and less effective on many crops. So there's a lot to talk about with biochar. That's one of my hot topics. It's also an excellent way to remove carbon from the atmosphere and bury that carbon in the soil, which is a form of mitigation against climate change. And in that process, you can actually generate carbon credits, which can be an important form of revenue for the project, generating carbon credits based on that carbon which is removed from the atmosphere and buried into the soil. So that's another interesting topic that we cover in our workshops. Some other topics we cover: bamboo crafts and construction are also important. The three of us on my team were not bamboo builders or architects, but whenever we do, when we put together a workshop course, there's a number of different builders and architects that we can call on to participate in the workshop, depending on the specific needs of the workshops. And so looking at cultivating bamboo, harvesting bamboo, how to select the right poles for the specific type of building project, creating small models of bamboo structures, and then creating larger structures. The treatment of the poles is another very important.
You have 2 minutes, Fred.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, just a couple more slides. Thank you. The treatment of poles is super important. It's a big part of the reason why bamboo has this reputation as poor man's timber. When the poles aren't treated right, then the structures don't last long. And so that treatment process is key. And there's a few different ways to treat bamboo poles. And then another very tricky thing with bamboo construction is the joinery, the connections between poles. And so that's an area that we really get into in those workshops. And finally, there's me again, talking about carbon credits. It's another topic that I specialize in. Like I touched on earlier with biochar, that's one great way to generate carbon credits with bamboo cultivation and production. And then also agroforestry, if you're planting large areas of bamboo and these large forests are absorbing lots of CO2 out of the atmosphere, there are ways to generate carbon credits that way too. And so that's a topic that is gaining more and more interest in just in the last year or so, as these carbon credit markets have really been growing. So I think that's, yeah, those are the different topics that we generally cover in these workshops. The workshops can be custom tailored to fit the needs of the community. If you're especially interested in one of those topics or another topic, or there's a certain topic that you're not interested in, we design the workshops to focus on the topics that are most interesting. And then we bring 3 or 4 or 5 of us to the location and deliver the workshops in person with theoretical explanations as well as practical exercises, visiting wild bamboo sites, visiting cultivated bamboo sites. And there's a lot of different ways that we can deliver these workshops. So if you're interested, you can contact me. I'm easy to find, Fred at Bamboo Batu. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find my website. And we are always, excited and eager and passionate about sharing our knowledge of bamboo with the world. So thank you very much for your time. And I look forward to connecting with you guys at another time after the workshop, after the presentations. And thank you very much.
Yeah. Many thanks, Fred. It is very interesting. Thank you so much for sharing us your extensive experience. I even look into your website for information about species and things like that. They are very useful materials out there. And
Thanks,
your presentation now is also great. Just to mention a few, that technology transfer or in general technology development cannot be achieved without capacity development. And the capacity development should be tailored to the need. If we want to develop a technology at plantation or nursery stage, we have to give that training, which Fred and his team is doing. They are also giving training at the craft level. If there is a need for processing of appropriate technology, we can't go to the best bamboo technology outright, as the Chinese, like the Chinese are the top in the bamboo technologies. And if we go to a village and if we tell them, just take the bamboo technology from China and use it in our village, it doesn't work. We have to gradually develop their capacity, and thereby they can have a better base or capacity to absorb and sustain the technology. Therefore, it's important to give enough capacity building and training for our communities and institutions at each level of the global south. And thank you again for your presentation. With this, I move to the next presentation. The next presentation too is also focused on plantation level. The next presenter is Dr. Yang Deming from the Southwest University of China. He is assistant professor in the Research Institute of Tropical Forestry. His main research area is tree and bamboo genetics as well as breeding. He has published several papers on different types of bamboo species. His research interests also include bamboo phenology, which is important because one of the challenges in bamboo-based development is this gregarious flowering. So he has a good research interest and experience on that. His today's presentation is effect of bamboo flowering in bamboo plantation management, the experience from China. So I guess Dr. Yang is around. The time is yours, please.
Can you hear me, Teva?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Now I'm introducing myself. I come from the Chinese Academy of Forestry, and the title today is, I should share my.
Yes.
The title today is the efforts of bamboo flowerings in bamboo plantations management experiment from China. So in bamboo forestry management, collecting flower events of bamboos are not very common, but when they occurred, they are widely recorded because the impacts on bamboo flowering and bamboo deaths on the forest management is significant. Firstly, if you are a farmer who plant bamboo for the young shoots and timber.
Is it full screen?
What?
Is your screen full? I mean.
Need me loudly?
It's fine. The voice is okay.
Okay now?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Yang, could you put your screen in full screen? Slides into full screen. 全屏杨老师 PPT。
这样可以了吗？
没有。
Yeah.
点一下试一下 ，OK? Press that, yeah. No,
稍等一下，全屏。
It's fine. If it doesn't work, it's fine.
我现在不是全屏是吧？
对，是的，我这边能看到您的那个 notes。
哎，怪了。
您试着把演讲者的那个视图关掉，应该就可以。
这个我还不会弄，稍等我一下。
对，就在这个视频里面，然后你应该有一个播，就全屏播。对，now is in full screen.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
好的。
杨老师可以了，请继续。
现在可以吗？
Yes, it's good now. Go on.
Okay. So firstly, if you are the farmers who plant bamboo for the young shoots and temple, a bamboo flower will cause degradative economic loss when bamboo flowering. Farmers who grow bamboos are unable to harvest bamboo shoots and temples, resulting in a loss of the income. Secondly, if the bamboo dies of flowerings, when you want to recover this bamboo forest, it will take maybe more than 10 years for young seedlings to commercialize available forests. These periods require additional monies and time. But there is something interesting is some people will have another option is if you want to get the bamboo seed, maybe he would like to see the bamboo flowering. And the last effect is if the large areas of bamboo forest broadening will be ecological disasters. For example, we all know the pandas love and only eat the bamboo. If bamboo dies in flowerings, maybe pandas have no food to eat. Some reports have shown a lot of pandas die and they didn't have anything in their stomachs because the bamboo died in flowerings. So to understand how to control the impacts on bamboo's flowerings, we need to know the characteristics on bamboo flowerings. The research of bamboo flowering is difficult because it occurs irregularly. So far, there is no complex expression for bamboo flowering. Some people have recorded 613 instances of bamboo flowerings and identified 2 main flowering types. Sporadic flowerings and mass flowering. In sporadic flowerings, usually only 1 to 2 clumps or small patch on bamboo within populous flower. This time of flowering occurs randomly, often in cultivated bamboo forests, and it is random and irregular of the small numbers of flowers. So the mass flowering is covered even more than 15% of areas. And the mass flowering is very famous because it means many bamboos dead, and it will seriously impact the locals' economies and environment. In the second pause of flowerings, every plants have the flowering cycle. Now, every plants have the flowering cycles, and the periods between 2 flowerings even is usually referred to as the flowering cycle. The flowering cycles of different bamboo species values. Statistics show the common bamboo species have flowering cycles random from 3 to 115 years. The most widely planted bamboo species, most of bamboos in China, have the lifespans of 13 to 120 years. These cycles are based on the recorded flowering events. However, apart from these cycles, This practice of evidence suggesting that the strix is the reason of bamboo flowering. This involves the activities of some flowering signals. But it is quite evident that in dry years, there are more bamboo flowering events. Therefore, in natural bamboo growth, bamboo flowering is influenced by both the flowering circles and environment stress. So what can we do if the bamboo flowering? We need to do something. First, based on this series of bamboo flowering, we can find a method to control the bamboo forest flowering and restore flowering bamboo forests. This series have been put into practice by bamboo forest management and have become practical evidence in China. Here we talk about the moso bamboo, which is widely planted in China. If you want to prevent bamboo flowering, the key point is to keep the forest healthy. First, cut off the old bamboo temples, which have grown more than 7 years. Second, using fertilizer to keep the bamboo under vegetable growing. And third, should be watering in the dry areas and prevent bamboo flowering under dry street. When the sporadic flowerings occurred, cutting of the flowering bamboo branch help reduce reproductive growth and nutrition consumption. Apply nutrition fertilizer and irrigations can help restore the bamboo to its vegetative growth phase. And however, the recover from the max flowers event is very challenging and often take more than 10 years. There are two methods for recovers. Asexual and sexual reproductions. The regenerations of robust bamboo forests hold significant economics and ecological importance. After bamboo flowering, forest recover generally occurs through 2 times: sexual and asexual reproduction. Some bamboo species produce a large number of seeds during flowers, which germinate and grow into seeding. Therefore, this seeding can have different age, lead to natural successions. This time of forest often occurs is unmatched bamboo forest, but have longer cycle, usually require more than 10 years. In managed bamboo forests, flowering bamboos is often clear. The basic parts of bamboo remain valuable and can support for form weak, geophytic blocks, and bamboo. This small bamboo plant need to recover repeatedly and to reach their foot size. So if you want to improve growth conditions, such as intensive management, can lead the bamboo forest regenerations. It only take about 5 or 6 years under strong management conditions to restore the pre-reduction levels of the bamboo forest to its pre-flowering stage. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yang. It's interesting perspective. Thank you for your time also. As I said, flowering is one of the major challenge for bamboo-based development, whatever as a plantation, even for investors and processors. This creates a number of challenge, and research on this area is indeed very, very crucial. And from his presentation, we have seen that the flowering period of different bamboo species substantially varied from 3 years to 150, means a good record of the different species and their phenology or their flowering period is very important. And the other important issue he mentioned is that by manipulation or silvicultural manipulation of the bamboo plantation, we may reduce, or we may extend the flowering period of different bamboo species. And also, once they get a flower, we can still try to quickly recover again by improving the growing conditions, by protecting them from pests, and also giving good nutrient combinations. Therefore, this presentation has given us information about the possibilities of reducing the impact of flowering on related to bamboo, and how can we reduce the loss that could come from this flowering. And again, thank you so much. That was another impressive and insightful presentation. With this, I move to the next presentation. I think Dr. Kojo is here. Yes. So the next presenter is a businessman from Uganda, Dr. Charles Kojo. He is the CEO and owner of a bamboo company that is specialized from plantation nursery management all the way up to processing of bamboo products. He's a great entrepreneur, growing very fast. He has successfully established different product lines that are produced from his own bamboo plantation. He's currently producing different small-scale products like skewers, furniture, to speak, and even he has ecotourism. So now we would like to get his experience. So the next presentation will be from Charles. The time is yours. Thank you so much. You are muted. Please unmute.
Thank you, Tefera. Thank you very much for all the good presentations. Right now, I'm in the plantation, so you'll excuse me if you don't get what is on my plantation. I'm in the farm, so I'm doing this presentation when I'm in the farm. And I'm located in Hoima. We are in the Kontiki bamboo value chain supply. And our production, our starting point is that we are a young company which started in 2018, and we are currently involved in the nursery raising of bamboo seedlings. We raise about 80 to 100,000 seedlings for a year, and we are basically using seedlings. Our seedlings are imported from China, from Yunnan, others from Kunming in the nursery where we have a lot of understanding for supplies of the bamboo seedlings. And the seedlings we are doing, they have done very well in terms of germination rates, and we are really using most of it to plant in our plantation. We currently have about 150 outgrowers, people who are planting bamboo as Kontiki Bamboo Fraternity of Farmers. And they have about 280 hectares. And as Kontiki, we have 650 acres as our own for our production, of which we hope by coming year, we should be starting them for doing boards and slats. Currently, as you are being told, we are doing toothpicks, we are doing skewers, we are making blinds. All these was a form of strategy to help our farmers and people to appreciate awareness about bamboo. We have other crops like sugarcane, we have coffee, so people did not know the issue and the importance of bamboo. So by doing the whole value chain, people come, they see what we're doing, they see the products. We have a home and kitchen furniture where we're doing a lot of products, chairs, tables, handbags, a lot of things, lamps, shades. We have over 40 products made from bamboo for people who can buy and see and support us. So it is a way of not only growing bamboo, otherwise people would have said, why should we grow bamboo if there's no market or products where we shall sell it? So as a company, that was a strategy, and our plantations are doing very well. And we expect when people come, we demonstrate things like the leaves being used for cows and goats, things to do with the food, because the type of bamboo we're planting is the Declamus asper, and then Apsidica othraceus, so that those main two species can be used for many of our products. Now, the bamboo shoots, apparently in Uganda, there are other people who eat shoots in the eastern part of the country. So the marketing and selling the shoots is going to become easier, and people now start seeing it as a food part of the value chain. We currently, our production issue is treatment. We are treating our bamboo using borax and CCA. And of course, we are not very comfortable so much with this process. We have ordered for machinery, which should be expected to arrive in February, where we are going to use steam boilers. Our waste, because we want to do a green circular economy production, our waste from our factory, we're going to use it to steam boil and kill the solars so that we can treat our bamboo using the steam boiler. And then we have also ordered a carbonizer to carbonize the bamboo so that we can have different products, different colors of the treated bamboo, and a dry house. And of course, we have also ordered for a 2 and 4 planer so that we can make our boards, and then our marketing becomes much more of quality and people can start seeing the value of bamboo. So the technology of treatment using the borax and the CCA heat and cold process takes a bit of time. So, and we know where we're going, we should have better marketing quality, not using maybe chemicals. So that we're aware of, that when we go for certifications, our process production is very clear. In our plantations, we are doing sustainable harvesting. And the harvesting is first show people that when you grow bamboo in a plantation, you can do age marking. Our bamboo is marked according to ages. And what we get from the bamboo itself, we are doing biochar. We have made a Kontiki kiln where we are making biochar. The biochar, we're using it currently for our farms. We intend to start even marketing it so that people can start knowing the use of bamboo. The kiln is we use fire It's the pyrolysis process, and we get our biochar. Of course, the offcuts, we all start making also things to do with the charcoal briquettings. Briquetting charcoal in this country is a big issue. The price is going up. It's not sustainable. So as we are starting to do the household bamboo fraternity for Kontiki, we want people to use the bamboo for their livelihood and the poles. But these machines we are getting should be able to treat even for other people. Our strategy, our marketing is to do with B2B. We don't want to go into customer business to customer directly. Where possible, we want the carpenters, the other people in construction, they can buy or treated poles to use it for their other value additions. So at the end of the day, we are looking more especially in terms of technology. Of course, technology is not very cheap, and we think what we are doing should be able to make us even do exports. We would have people talking from other countries, Germany, if they want our biochar. We are also looking for exporting slats and maybe rough boards in Taiwan. They have started talking to us, the suppliers. There are people who think we could be able to do that. So our quality from our production systems should be all done very systematically. Of course, as the biggest challenge in the country is capital for financing of our products. And we are also privileged to be in a location near the Forestry Training College, Nyabiya, where we are starting a forestry resource technology diploma course. So our outgrowers will get the people to work in their farms of the bamboo when they are trained from Nyabiya. We have an MOU with Nyabiya Forestry College. They'll be doing the industrial training with us. And the INBAR is trying to give Nyabiya and us to have a treatment plant. So we shall have more lines and more people getting involved into the bamboo. So basically, the opportunities are very good. As a country, we have a bamboo national strategy for increasing the production of bamboo to 325 hectares of bamboo. And we are also working with a lot of the NGOs who come and buy our seedlings. Now, with the need of technology, the production demand being very high, we should eventually think of tissue culture. We think tissue culture is the way to go so that we can have multiplication maybe to millions with time to 3-4 years, we should be at that level. One other thing we have realized from the seeds, when you buy seeds, at times you get other kind of seeds which are not specifically that type of asper or declamas which you have ordered for. So we want to go in propagation. We tried propagation, of course, is a long process, takes more time, and that technology is more consuming and takes longer time. So tissue culture, I think, is the way to start going so that we can have more people. So ours is really closing in from our farmers, we do training, take their issues, train them so that when the bamboo is grown, they'll sell it back to us and we can be able to make sure that we have more people in the bamboo value chain. Of course, our technology was starting in a local way. Our bamboos, the humus biomass which is down, we're going to start doing things to do with vermicompost. Our soils are getting depleted and getting very expensive in terms of fertilizers. So all those opportunities, and we are thinking technology-wise, if we could get some of the vermicompost done in higher volumes using better technology. And the biggest problem we have also in technology, our furniture, people appreciating them, but we need to have trainers to train our people so that we can do furniture of high level quality. And that will depend on our machinery for treatment, which is coming and having the 4 planers, and then maybe a hot press. Because we shall eventually, as we are growing, use clamps to make boards, but a hot press and gluing and the one for sanding is very critical. Then at the end of the day, we can talk about alternatives from the other types of trees using bamboo as a source of raw material and of high value. And in the process of doing this kind of businesses, we hope that the region can be able to benefit from carbon. Carbon is an issue. And with our biochar, we can be able to fix the carbon under in the grounds. So that's where we are moving, and the opportunities are great. And I think we are not doing very badly. We need more support, and we need to network and get more technology in this part of the continent. And we are grateful to INBAR, has supported us in many aspects. We've just been in China, and we're also saying our packaging of our toothpicks and things should we not do it from plastics. So we are walking the talk, and we should make sure that all our things are environmentally sound and well branded and packed in an eco-friendly manner. So I think with those, in the 5 years of our growth, I think is something which has been very interesting. And we are also going to do ecotourism. Where we are, we're in a belt where the tourists come a lot. So our tourism is going to be based on eco nature walks, and all our houses will be done from bamboo. We are also trying, by 10 people, we are very fully established machinery and things. People can start paying us to come and see and pay for studies and have a bamboo small academy from the value chain up to the end. Thank you very much for listening to me. And I think my time is well spent. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, it is well spent. Thank you for your charismatic presentation from the bamboo forest. We really thank you. This is a different perspective in many ways. The same, you are in the forest, there is no slide, but you have given us like great experience, what you are doing there, and everything about your business. I would say from your presentation are a social entrepreneur working with the community and to the community, which is indeed very important. And from the technology transfer point of view, you start from your seeds from China, and that is working well in your country. And also, you are trying to transfer your technology to the community. So from another country to your country, from your enterprise to your community, all these are great examples of technology transfer. And technology also can come through purchase. You are planning purchasing different machines and tools. That is another interesting perspective of technology transfer. Your work, your business strategy, and biochar, and also interesting issues about training in diploma so that you get sustained technical capacity in the region is also interesting. Worth mentioning. Your plan on tissue culture is another interesting issue, because if we want to get a high quality germplasm for the production of quality timber or quality bamboo timber, production in tissue culture is indeed very important, and keep it up. Thank you so much again for your great presentation. With this, I move to my next presenter. Is Mr. Samir Jayamata. I moved from Uganda to India now. He is a bamboo technologist from Tripura. He has over 15 years of experience in bamboo development, in improving bamboo technologies, and currently is working for Bamboo Land Board. He would like to share us particularly his experience on the importance of vocational education for technology development at different scale. I think Shamir is around. The time is yours, and looking forward for your insightful presentation. I think he requested me to share his slide. Let me try.
Please share me my.
Is it on? Is it?
Yes, yes.
Please.
Hi, everybody, my friend and bamboo believer. I'm from the, my hometown is the Tripura. I'm called to Indian Bamboo, but I'm working with the Boreland Bamboo Development Board. So, why call the bamboo new age? I'm my friend, all of this, they presented all of the, who is the target? Our target, who is our future, who is? So, we are all ages, before is our is the 40 year above, almost is the presenter. So somebody is the below. So who is our target next? This is the topic. This is the one. And but why need this people of the generation vocational training? So mainly this is the SSG. I took the 2 points that the education, quality education, and climate change. This is the 2 SSG point. Next, please, Deborah. This is the Boreland Bamboo Development means this is the organized by the in the state of autonomous district autonomous body of the government and the nearby the surrounded the east side of the Bhutan. You see the Bhutan side, and this Calcutta Indian, and there's so side of the Arunachal Bhutan. This is near. So this red color, this gentleman is our chief of the chief, and the chairman of the, this is the, and then we have policy adopted 2011, and then why need the main basic of the thinking? So why the thing? So government is the thing, mainly education. In India and China, everywhere we know the sympodial, monopodial species is available. They're this. So what kind of understood? We know the traditional base, everything base is that is kind. So people, how can understood this area location? So we plan is this thing. Next place. So 2009 with INBAR and Boreland Bamboo Development with some initiative for the bamboo suit technology. So this sign in by this point. So bamboo suit mainly is we have available that this is reason. We have the bamboo suit. We have Indonesia of this time. So we nearby the Bhutan also, and India northeastern part, and northeastern part is the June of the northeastern supply for the through Boreland area. This is main. This is focus for this way. We call the northeastern hope also. Next please. So that is the one I took from the quote from the Mandela. So why they took this point at this this point? Mandela said we have weapon. What is a weapon? Till now I'm thinking bamboo. We learn all of the information based and education based. That's just for the INBAR also. Otherwise countries do not have. So education, how could educate people? This is that. So I took from Nelson Mandela. So that is the ways, how can we change power? This is the point for the, so today my key point is this point out. Okay, next. So education, we generally we know the education, some technical, almost of people were technical. So technical and vocational. So vocational, if we mix some definition, if the well, everyone the well know him the. So what is the specific? All of the people telling the construction, some. What is the specific we need? That's the specific. So now, in new generation, that this people, this gentleman, anyone, just want the what is the specific? They want to specific one. So that the education before somebody class 10, class 12, so like that. So in ecosystem, the how can the specific vocational? That's the it is now. So that is the next. So little bit, I'm starting from lot of thing. I'm practical as this check some database. So what is the vocational education? What is the vocational education? Who is the father of vocational education? So some architect is the vocational. Some studied for 1817 from his this people, and then on the Indian, this one also the vocational father is calling. And in China, this prestige is called for them. Three people I'll took from them. This what is the definition of the for the old people? Why the education, vocational education important? The given in the global list. Next. So again the outcome. This is recently report. This COP20. Why the vocational in need? You see, lead national. This is the book. With not my report. This is the COVID from. This is recently we have there all of the this attend oil of seen, but was the important for the vocational courses for the bamboo? This is the main specific. So you see the how much the demand for the youth. This means the young generation. This is the waste the for the our 70%. But how can the mitigate their demanding fulfilling for the our site education based the information the and technology anything anywhere. This is the main base of this fulfill. Next, please next. See, so there are market technology and market. How can the balancing changing? This is a report also given that changes. See, all of 32% of young women and this is a report, and 15% of the men. Basically, bamboo. I'm seeing also the my part and then is almost the working the woman base. So that is the main. So youth and how much the illiteracy. This is the scenario of given that COP20 there. So main we are focused why the need based the vocational. Next please. See the needy. What is the needy? What is the needy people? This is the greenery transparent. How can the greenery south anywhere in global also? So you we tell the global is south in China, India. China is the first bamboo is the grower all, and secondary is the India, third is the Myanmar. But how can solution this the technology based the vocational? So that is the who is the target. The main this is the core form. They are also the thing. This is the point out. They are very they're very importantly this focus the point is this is the what the need the greenery is the technology. So the next please. So that is the scope you see sector the divided. There is a fourth sector, the agriculture, where a lot of the people is the all of the say agriculture, the farming, this is the agro farming, And wastage material, there's the wastage management, also charcoal and end product. There's the energy also then, wastage management. So think, how can the COB also there, the all of the global is the present. This is the main vocational waste was the you need or the people in the globalized youth. There is the main. So next, please come. See, now we come to the pointly bamboo. If you think I am the new coming to the bamboo sector, it enter the bamboo sector. So very headache, very useful. How the solution this is solved? I have seen people also the mentioning what, where there's a sin. So I've used the 5WS. This is our best solution for the bamboo. Why the what can do? That is first everything. What can do? Bamboo, what can do? First is you. Second, if a mobile, all of the, I think all of the people of the kid have the mobile. So you check the mobile. So if something here, check the website, only one website. No, nothing to call people now. Always directly check the Google. Anyway, anything is the as per available the internet. So that after the check, where is the bookish institution? Then and what the schedule? If you schedule long, so you hesitates. That is the thing also but what can I do the time schedule? That is also. So next is think who my partner. He not going another way, no single way, no work single. So who is my partner is the thing. So this is after that I think little bit stress free. That's the main this is my practically and my field work and enter Asia and either I'm busy and taking then 5W is the need. This is the education vocational base. Mainly questionnaire is there's a solving the solution for the bamboo. Next, please. So from the study given the Chinese government very thankful for the Maya app and INBAR truly first 2008 I'll visit and study. But I'm seen took the Professor Ju also helped me there point. So I'm checked and somebody also I'll have this is what is the happening to see what's the happen. Why the growth in China? Why the education vocational was the develop and industry also develop? Why? Then see this toolkit. This is school. Nanjing is Nanjing site. I think Nanjing they are NG side. This city. There is school two kids to working the school level. So these two boys, two kids, if the child level is already growing this on thought, on mechanical and mechanism and on educated. So they after they graduate, these kid how to improve all of here the educated. So this thing. So there international UNESCO also they recognize this institution. So now how can the qualification framing work? There's the government also that 1993 already is making in the Chinese government. So level 1, level 2, level 3, level 3. Okay. So level 1, level 3, level 5. This is but after 5 not called the vocational, but technically there's the industry. There's the main. Next, please. See, this is our Indian scenario for the qualification framework. I have studied a lot of that and talk in I'm also making the government their side vocational paper. So 1983, you see that this greenery books right side, this is for the craftsman crowns. And these greenery books in the class 9 and 10 study and 11, 12 also. This is the national skill confirm of 3. But why this need? I'm telling that China is in it, this key from the study for the, but after graduate, if you have the bamboo related base, also he mostly globalized is the great is the anything he can do project is the bamboo base. Nothing that is worrying. He's the most of the expertise is coming, his own technically. So that is the just I'm studying for the combined for the Indian and China, not for them, just for the study. What is the happening? So you are India, China is the first bamboo is the available. I'm not calling the Moso simple monopodial that I'm not telling that. That I'm thinking what is the happening the vocational base. So India and China. So how if some globalized adopt that vocational, so for the this how can this take the this thing? That's the I'm telling. Next, please. So that is the for the Indian. So what is the national occupation standard? If you bamboo grower, how the standard for that? So if you know standard, how can the peopleize that trend? If some you mix bamboo, if a farmer, if some there's the primary product and then product this is liberating. So you need everything is standard wise, standard. So farmer also understood the levelize. How can I farming? How can to do thing? Lot of the discuss the previous, but specific. We need the specific. So government, Indian government, they're telling the occupational, how does occupational, this you need the standardized. There's the, just for the, I'll give the example for the one job role. Next, please. See, this for the 2014, I think there's Madam Genuine standing. There's Chiche, he saw. There's two there. I'm showing already the two. The key, there all of school the display of the this craft. See, this minor thing. That's the all make the product. So if the major he's coming to the vocational, he given the vocational, the how can they improve education? This is the you think just. And there in 2014 in the India, I'm telling see the old measure. Is the measure people, how can the so how can the discipline is coming? The quality discipline is. The that is the I'm just clearly I'll give you the photographically. Next, please. Now, next, please. Now will come the point. You think the what is the demand? This is the future youth for. Just I observe always there, but I'm not much the presentation anywhere. So mainly this for the INBAR, so I'm involved this. So what is the important for the incoming generation, for youth generation? This is the main. No much the in India anywhere. I'm not telling the China anywhere. Is the need the cultivation, grower, treatment, charcoal. This is the main the demand for the youth, the next generation. This is the generation for the youth. Please come next. So let me see what the happening for the curriculum. So how can we study this the curriculum can have in India and China? So we can, this is standard. So as per my have not much the seen, so I'm not found that I'm mentioned. See cultivation, if you cultivation online, if offline, this is the level 1. This is the level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will mentioning, but PG and postgraduate diploma and postgraduate diploma also. We've not seen the much in China also, and India only 2 university. one of the diploma also in the Tripura University and Boruland University, we introduced the 2013 diploma, but not the online. This is offline. So if you the farmer, we give the some formal training, only certificate, but the not qualification certificate. Just will give the certificate, not the standardized certificate. So the man, your training given the not standard. How can you get standard? This is the not as per the UAF of the country. There's the on this China also, the government is the already notify, and India also notify anywhere. Just so we are not given the standardized certificate. So you need specific. I am already mandate specific. Next, please next. Oh yeah, 2 minutes. Finish. Yeah, finish. Next. This same. This is the greenery curriculum in the product base. This is the and next. So just the pioneer bamboo work professor also. I'll meet everyone that I ask. What is the standard of the education vocational? The all of I meet understand all of yeah. Next. So that is the this our Prime Minister 7 C's the mention. So 7 C's the mention. So our previous father of India, this is Mahatma Gandhi. There's also the C also mentioned. If you there's the main C. So I have the already they mentioned the vocational wise the C. So C means that the how can we change? That's the top vocational. Thank you for that. Given the opportunity, this is the presentation from the INBAR.
Thank you so much, Samir. This is an interesting case, how important the vocational education system. Your presentation comparing the Indian and the Chinese vocational education system strategy, and of course the effect is very, very clear. So indeed, vocational educations are very important, and yeah, you presented with a lot of examples from different walks of life, and that it is important because it provides hand-on skill. It is always technological oriented, and it is in a high demand based on your presentation. So yeah, it is very good insight, and thank you so much for that. Our next presenter will be from INBAR, Mr. Michael Kwaku from Ghana. He is the Regional Director of International Bamboo and Rattan Organization for West Africa. He has over 18 years of bamboo experience, and he has I think there are some disturbances. Okay, sorry for that for our colleagues. So yeah, Michael will give us his perspective on the importance of technology transfer for West Africa or even for Africa, right? So the time is yours. Please.
Thank you very much, Tafara, and thank you to all the earlier speakers. Let me see if I can share from here. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Have you managed? Otherwise, I have it here.
Okay, then please share from your end for me.
Okay. Here. So. Is that okay?
Yes, that's okay. Good, good, good. Maybe you can make it big. Or is it okay?
I think this is what I can. Maybe I don't know.
You can make the slide bigger.
Okay, let's check again. This is not yours. Okay, maybe stop sharing first. Then let me make it like this. And then this one. The same.
Yes, it's sharing from here. I wanted you to make it in a bigger screen.
So shall I make mine off?
No, you can make yours bigger because you are sharing from your end.
Yeah, but why is that not?
Okay. If not, I think I can still go ahead and do the same, use the same presentation slides. Yeah.
Take this. You can.
No, but we are having some images on the screen. I don't know who it's from.
Yeah, I think you can should help me.
They come here. Tell you I can share screen. Can you share?
I couldn't manage it, making it full screen. Yes, finally.
Okay, yes. Okay, thank you very much. And like I said, thank you to all the earlier speakers. And I think time is fast spent, so I'll try to make it quite quickly. So this is a presentation indicating the importance of technology transfer for bamboo sector development experience of West Africa. And I must say that basically all this technology transfer is to enhance the bamboo sector development in Ghana and other West Africa countries. The next slide, please. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Good. Another. Can you hit another one? Good. So basically, yes. So basically, so far the technology. Oh no, can you go back, please? Can you please go back?
Oh, sorry.
Yes, so basically the technology transfer has emanated from China and India. And the next slide. Good.
Okay.
Yes, okay. So these are the various areas or sectors that this technology transfer has impacted a lot. In the area of capacity building through skill training and technology transfer. In the area of construction, bamboo industries and then enterprises, bamboo biomass, in the area of wood fuels, and the charcoal and briquette, the establishment of common facility centers, which we learned from India, the bamboo cultivation. And I must emphasize here that basically is the seeds that we're able to secure from China to help diversify the existing bamboo species that we have in West Africa. And the last but not the least is the area of food security. Until recently, further application and then agroforestry system were not that much practiced, even though we have other form of agroforestry system, but not in the area of bamboo integration. So these technology transfers has created or meant so much importance to many countries in West Africa. Next slide, please. Good. So in the area of bamboo livelihood and economic development, for the first time in the history of Ghana and the other countries in West Africa, we hitherto didn't know that we can laminate bamboo for furniture production. And in Ghana and many West Africa countries, the government purchased a lot of wood furniture for the public schools. So this encouraged us to more or less see how best we can use alternative species to produce bamboo furniture, because we already, or many West African countries already have dwindling forest stocks, and we need to have other alternative species that can more or less have a shorter replication, I mean shorter replacement stage, and the bamboo happened to be one. And before that, we didn't have the technology in how to laminate bamboo into balls and further develop into furniture. So it was very heartwarming to have secured this technology from China, where for the first time in the history of Ghana, we were able to produce a bamboo furniture product, laminated one, through INBAR Action Research technology. Next slide. Next. No, yes. So this technology was able to help us also advance in other bamboo furniture products or bamboo products. And this has to do with school furniture, as I said earlier, bamboo furniture for household use, bamboo furniture for flowers or decoration, office furniture, and more importantly also the technology in bamboo weaving mat, which now has become a lucrative venture for many people now who are able to produce bamboo weaving mats, using it for product making like bags, handbags, wall products, and other weaving products with bamboo. So the pictures that you see are all products that are not made from China, but made in Ghana and other West African countries, with this technology coming from the Asian countries. Next slide, please. And here we see the famous bamboo bicycle. Ghana, as you may know, is one of the leading producers of bamboo bicycles in Africa. And I'm saying that I'm happy to say that we have two young entrepreneurs. I must say they are young because they are in their late 40s, or their early 40s, and they've been able to help pioneer the introduction of bamboo bicycles, which now is they are exporting it to Europe and America, and some also being used locally. And we so far have two major producers in Ghana, namely the Ghana Bamboo Bike Initiatives, being led by Benes Dapa, and then my good friend Kwabna Dalso, leading the Boomers Bamboo Bike production in Ghana. And he has made his name in America. And I'm sure many of you have seen some of these bamboo bikes also in the West. But this is something that technology have come from Asia. And I think we must be grateful to that as well. Next slide, please. No, back. Can you step back one? Good. And I think recently INBAR launched, no, can you please forward? Yes. So I think recently INBAR did launch its Global Bamboo Plastic Substitutes Initiative. And good news is that Ghana have already taken initiative or have started. And before then, we have a lot of plastic weaving bags, which are very common in West Africa. But with the technology in bamboo weaving mat, now we are able to produce a lot of bamboo bags using the bamboo material. And if you can see in my shot in the picture, some of the samples of these bamboo bags, which now we are even producing bamboo school bags, where every child growing person in Ghana or people is encouraged to use bamboo bags for schools, especially in the rural communities where technology transfer is easy to adapt, because this is something that we don't use high-tech materials or equipment to produce them. Next, please. Good. So one of the key areas where this technology transfer has really helped is the setting up of this Bamboo Common Facility Center, which is very common in India. And it has really helped in many communities to build the capacity of young entrepreneurs or young enterprises in the bamboo sector. And it's a way of building capacity where technology is being exhibited through introduction of modern equipment to enhance the enterprises that are producing bamboo products. And in our shot, it's a sample of a Bamboo Common Facility Center that was built by INBAR under our previous project with the support of IFAD. And we've been able to set up this center to now build capacity. Now, young guys or young women, the youth and the women are now able to produce bamboo toothpicks, bamboo bags, bamboo furniture, and then the bamboo charcoal. So this Common Facility Center has been very, very innovative in showing that we are building rural technology transfers or building the capacity of rural areas where bamboo are found, but they don't know much economic value in it. So these centers are building capacity in terms of training, skill transfer, and also helping and equip with the modern material, modern machines to be able to help produce this bamboo in efficient and innovation manner. Next, please. Yes, so in a short, some of these Common Facility Centers, we're able to equip it with a few modern equipment, like the cross cutters, the boom splitters, the 4-side planers, including even the 2-side planers as well, the twin whip saws. So these are all ways of building the capacity also of a local engineering, because most of the engineers in Ghana or other West African countries may not have the technology in building bamboo machinery. But when we bring in these innovative machines or these primary machines into the Common Facility Centers, we are using to build the capacity or the knowledge base of local engineers who then will be able to fabricate it in future, not necessarily have to import it at all times. So apart from using to train, putting skill transfer to people who are producing bamboo products, it's at the same time helping to backstop engineers who in future are able to replicate these tools to ensure that it's not all the time that we have to import these machines or the tools from outside the country. So this Common Facility Center has been really, really helpful with the piloting or introduction of these primary tools and equipment. Next slide, please. Yes. So until recently also, in many West African countries, we're not cultivating bamboo. Mainly bamboo was found in the wild and they naturally grown. Some were used for fencing, out of which it ended up germinating or shooting up. But then now that we have seen the commercial value or the environmental importance of bamboo, now we are able to cultivate bamboo to perform all kind of products or all kind of uses or utilization, being it environmental protection and being it product production, and also to help diversify our existing natural bamboo stocks or bamboo species Now we are encouraging, we've able to import some bamboo seeds from China that has come to augment our existing bamboo seeds. I mean, recently people didn't know that we have bamboo seeds. And interesting part is that Ghana has most of the bamboo species that we found in Ghana and the West African countries are Bambusa vulgaris. And this is a species that takes several years. Come again?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay. That's several years to flower. So with the importation of bamboo seeds has helped diversify the bamboo situation in Ghana through the government and the community nurseries to help support planting and also restoration measures. Next slide, please. Yes, so these are pictures of some of the bamboo seedlings initiatives that are taking place through and also building the capacity of many rural folks in managing their existing bamboo stands. And these are all technology that we've learned from Asia. Please, next slide, please. And again, we are using bamboo as a riparian vegetation for restoration purposes. Initially, we didn't know that we have other bamboo that are very suitable as a riparian vegetations. So we are able to secure this transfer of technology from Asia, especially India, where bamboo have been used for restoration purposes, and which we are currently using it in Ghana in many of the river bodies along the major rivers in Ghana. Next slide, please. Yes, and then many West Africa countries encounter mining operations. And normally when they mine it, they are unable to restore it, or they restore it for different species. But now with the introduction of technology transfer from India, we've seen that bamboo has become one of the best species for restoration, for which now mining companies in Ghana are now also resorting to the use of bamboo as their restoration measures. Next slide, please. And most of these technology transfers has to come in a form of a study tour. And INBAR has been commended for a lot of these bamboo study tours in China and in India. And this has built the capacity of many policymakers and professionals to ensure that we are able to institute programs and policies that can help secure this technology transfer from Asia and build the capacity of local experts to ensure that they can support the bamboo developing sector in many West African countries. Please, next slide, please. And one of the important South-South cooperation has to do with some Ghanaians or some Africans, West African countries from Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, going to China to learn some of these skills. One of the key areas is bamboo weaving. And if you look on my screen, some of the benefit that's secured from China for many Ghanaians and then people from Senegal and other places to be able to learn how to improve on the weaving skills, which now they are producing nice weaving bags and weaving products in Africa. Next, please. Next. Good. And one other area is on also biomass. Prior to this technology transfer, we didn't know that we could always use bamboo as a wood fuel, especially for charcoal and briquette. And through INBAR's initiative, we've been able to introduce technology, which is now being undertaken in most of the rural areas in Ghana and other West African countries. Please, next. Okay, so these are some of the kilns that we learned from China, and now we are also able to produce mobile kilns in the form of the metal ones that can be sent to rural, to bamboo resource centers or areas where we can produce from on site. You can also produce from a permanent location where we use the bricks. And these are all technology transfer that we brought from India and China. The last on the bottom on left, you can also see the bamboo briquette form, and this is a technology, the bamboo pillow-shaped machines, which we brought from China, now able to produce pillow balls, briquettes for use in many West African countries. Next, please. Next, please. And in the form of housing, in 2003, the can go back a bit. Okay, all right. So these are. Thank you so much, and sorry for Stefan, you can push it through the pictures for the people to see some of the innovation or technology transfer in the area of bamboo housing. Can you flip through again? Yes, bamboo for emergency shelter. You can push forward, please.
Further.
Yes, further. Yes, you could try to end. Further. Further. That's the last slide. Good. So the last aspect is on bamboo food security. Oh no, you're gonna bamboo food security. And now we'll be able to learn with the technology transfer from Asia on how to use bamboo as a fodder for our livestock, and also agroforest technology. That's where we are integrating food crops with bamboo. And this technology from India has really helped many folks or many farmers in Ghana and other West African countries is now integrating bamboo in their cropping system. And I must say this has been really effective and helping to solve food security situation in Africa, and most importantly, West Africa, Ghana. Thank you very much, Tefara.
Thank you so much, Michael. It was a very great summary of the many roles of INBAR in transferring technology from China and India to West Africa and other African countries. Of course, you have gone through almost all aspects of technology, from fodder, mining restoration, seeds and plantation machines, and even approach or methodology like facility centers, vocational training, exposure visit. All the methods applied and several technologies are transferred. So I think this is a good overview of South-South technology interventions by INBAR. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
With this, I move to the video presentation of our director. The next presentation will be by Durai Yajaraman Durai. He is the Global Director for International Bamboo and Rattan Organization. He has over 20 years experience on bamboo value chain development, bamboo policy and advocacy, bamboo plantation establishment. He developed many projects on bamboo in Asia, Africa, and several other countries. He has a degree in environmental science and also in social work. The next video presentation will be his on China's experience on bamboo development, and he will try to highlight the lessons other southern countries could take from this experience. I will try to share his presentation. How to share video, Yuchen?
Hold on, please. I will go to office.
Okay. It must be his presentation. Have I shared? Is it shared? Is it shared or not?
I think it's coming. It's no image and no voice.
Okay, let me wait for it. I have this problem.
No,
No, sorry. Now you can.
video is not playing. Please reshare it. Afraid the video is not playing. Please reshare it.
Sorry, I don't know what Yochen, are you? Yuchen, are you around? Okay, I think seems that. Where's video?
And good evening for the colleagues from different parts of the world. I am Orai Jayaraman, Director of Global Programs INBAR, and my presentation is on development, investment policies, investment mechanism, new technologies and new product development and demonstration models, and finally the market support. It is important to note that whenever the bamboo sector development is going through the 5 different stages, the policies and the implementation measures has to be amended, adjusted according to the changing situation, and all the government departments should coordinate for unified action cooperation among the sector that will improve the efficiency in the policy implementation. If you see from this table, if we see the action plan, there has been a clear indicators in numbers of different products. They have clarified the products. They have clarified how much is the production value of that particular product in different phases and how it has to be increased. And accordingly, the back-end support and processing has been provided to the different products which has been planned in the development. This table I'm showing you to have a clear quantitative indicators of the plan, what we have to plan in our respective countries. So there are different elements to this, the developmental support. The number one is the land tenure right. If we see the bamboo, like some forest, which is being mainly used for value addition, it is all managed. It means if we provide the right input for the bamboo industry, the output will also be good. The farmers, the forest management can only be possible if it is managed by someone. If we let it grow on its own, and if we want to harvest it, then we cannot able to get the age graded, some size graded, some material in the bamboo sector. So yeah. So then the important thing is to have the land tenure right, and the majority of the bamboo which is being used for the value addition is from the forest, which is being managed by the people. The second important intervention is the support in the capacity building for the sustainable bamboo management, demonstration, planning. So only in a very small county called Anji, about 40,000 people have been trained in 20 years. The demonstration households has been created who show that there has been a higher yield and profit to encourage the other farmers to follow them and to change. In the demonstration areas has to be increased. For example, in the case of Anji, the demonstration areas has been increased from 10 to 30. So similarly, we need to have training and capacity building done, demonstration households been done, and demonstration areas increased. There has been support in the extension when it comes to transportation, because when the bamboo is growing in the forest, the harvesting and transportation has to be simple. So creating forest roads and production point, the collection point, nurseries, access to roads are key important thing. And the pest and fire control is another important area where the support is needed. If we see the enterprise development and the value chain development, most of the value chain and the enterprise is built by the private sector, where the government supports a very big industry to drive the demand, to drive the production, to drive the supply chain, to connect with the farmers. And then the whole supply chain is built. It is like a top-down approach of private sector industry development being done, where all the parts of the bamboo, you can see from the other side of the picture, all the parts of the bamboo has been used, like some more than 95% of the bamboo biomass is converted into different value-added product, where the economy of scale can be achieved. Then the government also provides financial package both for the planting and also for the value addition. In the case of planting, the smallholders new plantation has been provided approximately 250 hectare. And in the case of the companies, the 5% discount loan interest rate has been provided for the companies. And for the export, there has been like refund for the tax of the exported product in the case of flooring and like some furniture. The research and development, there has been like research and development being supported by China by setting up of ICBR in 2001, standards and certification mechanism, intellectual property rights, innovation, and every aspect of R&D has been supported to diversify the product, improve the quality of the product, improve the production efficiency, improve the market, improve the machinery, you can say from all the aspects. Then there has been tenure rights for the farmers with the financial security where they can access loans, insurance for the crops for the growers, and also the carbon forestry. The China Green Climate Fund has been set up in 2003, where it is also being supported for accessing the carbon credit as well. So the key essence for us in conclusion is we undertake stepwise development by optimizing the product structure. The important point of focus for us has to be species-specific bamboo resource development, where we manage the existing bamboo resources and also undertake the afforestation, where the species, end use, and agroclimatic conditions has to be matched. We have to focus on developing an integrated value chains with like some vertical and horizontal linkages, because if you see the production systems of the bamboo, for example, like the bamboo sticks or even the bamboo flooring board, the maximum value conversion of the bamboo into a stick-based product or a slat-based product is only like some 15 to 30%. The remaining like some 70 to 80% is like some wasted. We have to find the value addition possibility for the waste, so economize it, and this not only increases the profit, it also increases the biomass conversion and thereby the climate change impact. The policy support, a very important element for the bamboo sector. It includes land, financial and non-financial incentives, investment promotion, new technology and innovation, and it has to be adjusted as per the situation with strong coordination from all the bamboo sector, like some stakeholders. Importantly, we have to develop a demonstration and training site where the model clusters have been created to showcase that the bamboo sector is profitable so that the private sector can confidently invest in the bamboo sector. As I indicated earlier, full utilization of the biomass by building strong supply chain and circular economy is critical. Build the personal and institutional capacity at all levels, starting from the farmers to the government sector and to all the players. Develop like some market. You create the market pull and push. Focus on domestic market creation in the beginning, followed by the international market development when the industry like some mature. Support intensely the research, technology development and innovation. Develop, encourage and converge the resources from all the departments such as forestry, agriculture, watershed, industry development, small and medium scale enterprises, where we converge and support the resources with like one another to develop the bamboo sector to benefit the country and the community as a whole. With this, I want to conclude. I thank you very much for your participation.
All right, that is very great perspective of the Chinese bamboo development policy, and he elaborated also the experience that would provide for other developing countries. And yeah, this is great. I was thinking to make a summary, but since I have made all those summaries after each presentation, I do not see a repetition of those. So if there are questions, I think Yansha may help us to facilitate this session. If there are any questions or any elaborations from our audiences, we would take some 10 minutes to discuss on those questions. If Yansha around, you could help us to facilitate the QR session.
Thank you, Tafari. I think I'm not sure how many speakers are still here, but I saw a friend and Professor Anthony are here, and also Michael here. So I have screened some questions from our participant, which is from a colleague, Dancy Ponzala. So I think first question to Fred. So there's two questions to Fred, and I see Fred already responds a little bit, but I think it's worth to spell out for the other participants, so they can also get a clue what have been discussed in the chat box. So the question is, among the various capacity buildings or trainings that your team has conducted in Mozambique, which had the most number of the participants, and what were the demographics? And the second one is, what are the key point indicators used in monitoring the progress of the above participants after these trainings? Yeah. And Fred, the floor is yours.
Hi. Sorry. Yeah, I answered the question a little bit there, but I think the most interesting, or the most interest on the training courses were for the construction. There's always big interest in building with bamboo. People are fascinated by bamboo construction, and it's a tricky thing, connecting round poles to round poles. So that's always pretty interesting. And then the charcoal was also really interesting. The charcoals, again, in Africa especially, there's always a lot of interest around that because it's such an important commodity for cooking and heating and everything. There was also a big interest in the carbon credit workshops. There's a lot of talk about carbon credits these days, and a lot of confusion, and it's a complicated topic that people are trying to figure out how to make money that way, if it makes sense or not. And another one that was pretty popular was the planting and setting up a plantation, bamboo cultivation and plantation planning. Everyone there was pretty interested in that. So really, people are pretty much interested in kind of the whole spread, but those were some of the highlights, I guess. And then the bamboo shoots preparation and harvesting. People got pretty excited about that as well. I don't know how many people signed up for that workshop originally, but when we got into it, people got pretty excited, especially there was more interest from the women in the group. One of the part of the question was the demographics of the people that were there. So as far as the bamboo shoots, it was the women who were more interested in that, but it was generally pretty popular. Overall, the demographics were mostly local people, local villagers, so like farmers and fishermen and things like that. there were some younger people in there. I think there were some student-aged people there, like late teens, early 20s, and then up into mid 30s, 40s. I don't know exactly what the demographic breakdown was, but it was a pretty good mix of local residents there. Part of the workshop was in the capital city in Maputo. So at that presentation, there were a lot more like government people and business people. And then we moved over to the coast to a town called Ponta Duro, and that's where most of the workshops were conducted. And the audience there was a lot more of just the local population, local residents. And so they didn't have a lot of background about bamboo. They were just really curious. And Paulino, who is one of our team members, he's from Mozambique, and so he did a lot with his team there in Mozambique to promote the event and get interest and bring a good attendance to the events. As far as the KPIs and how we're measuring the results, that's an area that we haven't really developed very well. So I'm really glad you brought that up. That's something that we need to work on as far as following up, like what the actual impact is of these trainings. They were a little bit scattered from different, part of it was in Maputo, part of it was on the coast, further south, and then we were in a couple of different villages and covering a lot of different topics. So to follow up on the effectiveness of all these various workshops would be a little bit tricky, but it's something that we could definitely put more attention into. So something we haven't done so much at this point. I think that answers all the multiple points of your questions. And I also mentioned in there, if you want to contact me directly, I put my email in there, fred@bamboobatu.com, and then we can connect on WhatsApp or something too. I didn't want to share my WhatsApp number because it seems like maybe it's not perfectly secure, the chat in this meeting. So you can email me.
Yeah, thank you so much, friend. I think this is a very interesting topic because in most cases, identify the proper technology and knowledge or information the training is needed is most the important issues. I think you are dealing with the local communities of this matter is really fantastic. And we would also very eager to see the future impact, what will be happen after this trainings and the change behaviors and how the communities use this knowledge they learn and make the business with bamboo. So just let us know when there's some, fruits harvest. Yeah, thank you very much. I think the second question is about to Professor Yang Deming. So regarding the bamboo flooring, actually the bamboo flooring is still a mystery. So there's lots of theories about why bamboo has kind of flower circle and why these strengths and why bamboo's response to the ecological or the environmental factors, parameters to these strengths. And I think the question to Professor Yang is what's the implications to the local communities, because the bamboo flooring will not only impact the pandas' food, but also impact the communities for their livelihoods, especially for the smallholders. So what's the implications in terms of bamboo forest management practices to avoid bamboo flooring? Professor Yang, I leave the floor to you.
杨教授，
杨教授你好，可以听到我的声音吗？我有一个问题想问您，就是您讲到了竹子开花的这个问题，那么我就想问，因为竹子开花的话，它可能不光是影响大熊猫的这个食物吧，可能更多的还有像那个农户的这个 生计问题，所以就是想请您分享一下，就是从竹子开花的这个角度吧，我们应该怎么更好的去经营竹资源，然后可以去避免这个竹子开花对小农带来的这种影响。谢谢。
哎，你好，你好，现在能听到吗？
可以了 ，Yes, we can hear you。
哦，刚才那个话筒被我拔掉了，不好意思。是这样，其实这个竹子开花，因为它现在我们也看了很多，它有很多假说。一个呢，他说是这个开花周期的；一个呢，他说是一些诱导它开花的一些因子的；一个呢，还有就是说它这个环境啊，一些胁迫啊。反正具体它怎么开花的机制，到现在为止确实是没有搞清楚。但是就是说，降低开花的影响其实也很简单，因为竹子虽然说我们说它这些机制很复杂，但是它这个生物其实，这个物种其实它并不复杂，我们只要保持它一个营养生长的阶段，它就可以不开花了。那简单来讲呢，就是首先我们经营中，其实我们在正常的这个竹林经营中都会用到的这些东西就是说我们把老竹子砍掉啊，林分保持一个这个健康的情况。然后呢，还有就是也比较重要的一点就是一定要有这个灌溉如果很旱的时候，一定要有这个水，因为我们发现就是说在干旱的时候，它很容易就开花了。其实让竹子开花是非常非常容易的。我们在实验室做的，不管是施点什么激素，反正就是说它一感觉到不适应，它马上就刺激它这个生殖生长，因为它要繁衍后代嘛，这个可能是一个物种它本身进化的这种一个机制。所以其实我们在竹林经营中也很简单，就是保持林分的健康，然后呢施加一些这个氮肥，保持它一个生殖生长，还有呢就是保持一定的这个灌溉，其实就能够防止它开花了。这个竹林有的统计它经营了200年都没有什么问题，因为它其实竹林的更新，它在林子里面就是自然，它就是有的有些它的竹子也老掉，然后如果开花了，其实它也是可以逆转的，但就是说把那些开花的竹子砍掉然后呢再施加一些让它这个促进营养生长的这些肥料，其实就可以了。所以我们之所以刚开始讲这个，我为什么选这个竹子开花这个题目呢？就是说有些不重视的时候，它确实会造成一些灾难虽然说这个事件它确实比较少，哪怕是国内集体开花的现象呢，也不是很常见。但是，一旦它有这个现象，基本上就是新闻了。为什么是新闻呢？这对当地的影响是太大了。你不管是从情怀上，这个我们说竹子怎么这么好的东西，它一下死掉了，或者说物种上一般我们说不经营的竹林，它是很容易就是在干旱的年它就开花，那这时候往往就伴随的就是一些害虫就像印度他们经常会有老鼠什么东西的这些啮齿类动物就爆发了，那这个确实对其他的庄稼它是有产生影响的。所以竹子开花其实是一个非常好的一个科学问题，但是呢，在我们生产中，它确实也是影响我们的。它不常发生，但是它一发生的话，影响就很大。因为我们说竹林的更新时间很长如果我们从这个小的竹子长成一个正常收获的竹林至少要10年时间。所以的话，我就说从这个角度，就是经营呢是正常的经营，是我们一直用的这个经营手段。我就是觉得说，在任何的这个场合报告上都会听到大家介绍这个经营方法。但是呢，就是没有人说从这个竹子开花这个角度，所以我是这样选题的
Thank you so much for Professor Yang's for Professor Yang's response. Professor Yang, would you mind to speak in English because I think the majority of the participants they can understand English very well and
OK， 你可以说
Yeah, please.
你可以说就好了，我英语不是非常好。
您说吧，您说一点，然后我可以再给您补充，没事的。
你还有我说什么？说哪一块？
就是还是刚才那个问题，你就是大概把您刚才发言的要点说一下，然后
算了吧。
Okay, so Professor Yang insists, I'll do a little bit translation. So in general, the research on why bamboo flowering is not quite clear in scientific in science. So, but there's still some information and understanding and how to control and how to impact the flowering cycle in terms of bamboo forest management. So the most important is to keep the bamboo forest under the regular management, under the regular management, such as you just harvest the old bamboo poles and keep the good nutrition conditions for the new growth of the bamboo poles. And such as sometimes you can apply some nitrogen fertilizers. And if in the very dry season, so which will impact the especially during the shoot season, so you can also give some irrigation practices to the bamboo plantations. So all these regular management practices can largely postpone the flowering cycling of the bamboo forest. And this will also help to reduce the risk of the such as pest and also the rat attack into the bamboo forest, because there's regular management also can keep this the other harmful past happens. So that's the main message that Professor Yang has responded. I saw there's also new questions to Michael. So Michael, so the question to you is, in terms of the heritage, what percentage of bamboo plantation is dedicated to food, and what percentage is for non-food? The second ones are the bamboo emergency shelters temporary or permanent? Michael, sorry.
Right, thank you. Yes, so the first question is that on the food aspect, unfortunately, we are not producing bamboo shoots. Many Ghanaians don't eat bamboo shoots for now, even though it's a delicacy that can be eaten, but it's not been a part of our staple food. So people are not eating it for now. What I meant in terms of food security was the institution of the agroforestry to ensure that within the transition zone area where we have a bread basket, and that means where a lot of bamboo, also a lot of food are coming from. At the same time, people are harvesting trees for charcoal production and the rest. So we integrate the bamboo, we need the crops like cassava, maize. And during the dry season or during the off-farming season, people who do charcoal production as an alternative business can now resort to the use of bamboo as a raw material for charcoal production or briquette. At the same time, they can have their food crops within the same land ratio estimate. I mean, they don't end up have to cut trees around again, but within the same land area, they can have their food crops and at the same time have their bamboo as a feedstock for charcoal production. So it's not on food for now. So on the emergency shelter, these are temporary. They are not permanent. It's collapsible one. As and when it becomes necessary, they can always mount it. The example that you saw in my presentation was during the political instability in Cote d'Ivoire and then Togo. These are neighboring countries in Ghana. And when the refugees have to come to Ghana, we quickly have to mobilize and use the bamboo as a raw material for emergency shelter for them. So it got dismantled after the refugees have returned to their various countries. But if you want to make it last longer, it's a matter of make sure that you do some form of a treatment so that when you dismantle it, you can always stack it and can reuse it as and when it becomes necessary. So that is what is happening now. Thank you. 谢谢。
Thank you very much. I hope this responds the questions well. Dancy?
I hope so. She can come back. Josie, you can please come back.
Yeah. I think it's a very interesting topic because we hope from this session we can learn and exchange experience. Why what's the proper approach or information or technology should be transferred from here to there. So I think this is a very good session, and thank you all your sharing and the presentations and also the question exchanges. So in terms of time, so I revert to Tafari. Tafari, I over to you.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much, Yansha, for the moderating the QR. And because of other responsibilities, most of the presenters are gone. But I would like to thank really all of them. And I particularly thank those still present, Fred, Demin, and Michael. Thank you so much for your time, for your insightful contribution to this important topic. Of course, this is the core of INBAR activity. It's all about technology transfer from where it is matured or developed to those where it is not, and also to cross-share. Like knowledge is not from A to B, but it is like both ways. So we'll continue working on development of knowledge sharing and knowledge transfer and also technology. The most important issue is that there are many challenges and we can't address all at a time. But as far as we develop the absorption capacity or the capacity of technology receivers, and if there is a good collaboration between donor or provider and receiver, then technology transfer will be faster, easier, and also profitable. So there is always a need for creating strong collaboration between the source and the destination. This type of discussion from across the world also facilitates this type of technology transfer. So I really would like to thank all those who attended this webinar, in part all of it. And this is just the beginning. We'll think of more this type of experience sharing on technology development and transfer in South-South model or in South-South or triangular model. So I think this is a very good first initiation. We'll continue and we'll improve in the next one. Probably we need to promote a little bit earlier so that more audiences will attend the sessions. And with this, if there is no any urgent question, someone is asking for a group photo, but I think most of the people are gone. So probably we will do that in phase 2. If Yochan, I think Yochan may take one if he's around. Why not? But from my side, thank you so much. Have a good day, a good evening, or a good night, depending where you are.
Have a good weekend. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Then, all right. Bye, all of you. Thank you so much. Keep in touch.
Okay, 谢谢，再见，马斯克纳多。Okay, 杨学，不客气，再见。
Bye, Michael. Have a good weekend.
Oh, thank you, Yash Yamchen. Good.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, yeah,